everybody, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. Hola a todo el mundo, bienvenidos, espero que estén teniendo un buen día. Hello! Officer, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. Later, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. Dear Wanda, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. Leo, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. Logan, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. Rich, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. All of you are wrong! Hear me? Huh? All of you are wrong! We're doing all of them today! I am determined! We're gonna finish this list today! Mongoose, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. I want to go on record, no matter how off her takes get, I will not pounce on the snake. I'm resisting every instinct here. I thank you so much. I appreciate the restraint for violence against the snake. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All of you are wrong! I'm finishing this! Rancor, welcome, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, welcome. Girls that never play Pokemon. Pick a Gen 1 Pokemon that you think would make for a great monster girl design. This is a difficult question, because I have been in the internet, right? I have been in the internet for a while. I'm pretty sure I have seen good Jijinkas of every conceivable Pokemon out there. I think I've seen literally every Pokemon turn into a good monster girl design. So I think you could go with any. I think you could literally go for any Pokemon. I don't know. Ponyta, Growlithe, this one. I don't know. They all can make really good designs. It's all about how you play with the design, really. Lydia! Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Planet Booktube, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. I haven't seen you here before, so welcome to the channel. Welcome to the pit. Also, oh my god, I haven't seen Booktube in an age, and you're making me want to go back. You're making me want to go back to Booktube. I am so disconnected from that world, but you're making me remember how much I loved it. Welcome, Kyle. Nope. It went away. The goal is beating my tail, by the way, everyone. So, I would not be surprised if I have a couple of muting moments and some sneezes. Oh, this is so annoying. But yeah, we're having a bit of a cold wave right now. And I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good time. So we start with Horsey today. Horsey's a little seahorse. He's cute, I guess. We're starting with... Do you mind if I start while I'm still saying my hellos? Just so I really want to finish this. I really want to finish. We're going to have a few of them that are I already decided. So... There it is. God damn, that made it so fun too. Cool, that one really made it so fun. Crumpets, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Hi. By the way, Kyle, you're a field artist. Team Fossils for the win. Nah, man. This year is mine. Team Crystals, baby. If you do all of them, I'm uploading 5 characters to our fight. You don't want to make that bet, because I want to do all of them. Only 1 hour into the stream after only 2 Pokemons have been ranked because she was reading chat. Sandy, I will do them all. I will do them all. Listen. Ellie found a friend. Now there's 2 people on the team, but I'm Team Crystals, not Team Fossil. I can put you to a streamer who wrote a whole Pokemon Girl dex, excluding the Nidoran male line, of course. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've seen literally every Pokemon turn into an interesting Jijinka. Hamsa, welcome, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. If you said Eevee, I will literally tell you to pick something less overdone. I love Eevees, so I would have thought about that. What's a booktube is it what Gen Z calls libraries. Now, booktube is the part of YouTube that, like, dedicates to talking about books, reviewing books, talking about like hidden meanings or things that you may not have noticed, or theorizing on future installments after they read one of the books, etc. What's your answer, really? All of them. Oh, you mean about the bet thing? If you're so sure... So, if you're so sure, bet that you'll finish today, do it, coward, do it. The thing is that I don't do bets anymore unless there are clear established terms on what happens if I win and what happens if I lose. Because if I don't do that, then the bet can be altered later. And I will take a bet if I have the terms of and conditions. Excuse me for just a second, guys. Remember that one time that I thought I was muting my microphone, but instead I was muting the background music when I was trying to blow my nose? I remember. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. Love your persona, Elyssia, and I will attack during the art fight. I hope so. Attack me. Attack me, bro. I have my own attacks that I want to do, but I do always try to dedicate at least the second half of the art fight to revenges. All right, so Little Horse. I'm gonna start right away saying that I don't appreciate the position of the sprites. I think the sprite could be way more interested, like the silhouette could be way more interested if the position was a different one. Because as it stands, it's losing a lot of the interest that the shape of a seahorse has. The seahorse is such an interesting shape. And I know this is not a seahorse, but who are we fucking kidding? This is the seahorse. So... I wish it was a little bit more upright. I wish there was a bit more empty space where the tail happens. Like, this could generate a nice silhouette thing where the tail is. I also don't really like the red eyes. They kind of don't match the vibe at all. Because the vibe is very like baby, soft blue, soft yellow, round fins. And even the horns are like a little bit more rounder. But then the eyes are like, you know, like they're, and then red. So not entirely sure. Not entirely sure how I feel about that, but it's not good. Not sure how I feel about it, but it's not great. I also don't like how vibrant the yellow is compared to the baby blue of the body. I feel like the baby blue of the body is way too soft for the rest of the colors. And I know that you guys have said before that it's like not... These sprites don't have the correct colors in a lot of occasions. But I'm judging them by these sprites. So I wish the yellow was a little bit less intense. I wish the red wasn't red. I wish it was like a yellowish, orangish. Hola Rodrigo, bienvenido, ¿cómo estás? Espero que estés teniendo un buen día. And I wish the eye was less like open like a fucking plate and more... I don't know, a softer shape. So I'm going to put this one on, like, not the best, kind of like standard. It's like good, but it's also just a seahorse. So yeah, I think it belongs there. I think it's just a seahorse, bro. It's just a seahorse, but it's like some of the decisions are weird. The evolution is Seadra, like a sea dragon. Seadra, like a sea dragon. Took me a minute, but I figured it out. Roadroller Da, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. You're never gonna have a good time on Monday. I mean, I'm having a bad time because of the cold. Oh no, her immune system says Starfight coming up and it's moving to put a stop to it. No, my body better not dare. Like, it better not dare. Everyone knows that Horsey is meant to be used as a gun. If not gun, then why gun-shaped? Are there any Pokemon that are literally guns? Because if not, I'm surprised. Now that you said that. I want to do all of them, okay, Ellie, but we are rating the signs. You can do Smash or Pass another time. Shut up, bro! Alright, at least on Team Crystal, not Fossil. With everyone else on Fossils, I got them crossed in my head. Haven't really had much heard much about Crystal. That's because all of you hate me. If you do all of them, upload 6 characters. If you can't finish today, you have to reset your power. No, I won't take that bet. I will not take that bet. Sorry, no. What do you want if you win the bet? I don't know. If I win the bet, I want someone to join my R5 team. think about it. You know about the trick of getting a sneeze unstuck, right, Ellie? About looking up at a light? No, that only works for about 13% of people, and I am not one of those 13%. I know about that trick, but it doesn't work on me, and it doesn't work on most people. Alright, so they launch towards the prey and pierce the skull, sucking the brain from his victims. Ellie, they have no reason to operate eyes. But the rest of the design is saying cute baby. You know what I mean? The rest of the design is saying cute baby. It just does not fit. So, this one, Cedra. In this one, I feel the same way about the other... I feel the same way as I did with the other one about the tail. Like, you could have a better silhouette just by making this tail a little bit separated so that there's more empty space for the silhouette to work better. But this one has a better silhouette work regardless, because the fins and the head, the way that this is working, there's a lot more empty space and points all around. I also think it's more consistent than the baby, because the baby had those big red eyes, but everything else was very round and soft and like friendly. This one is pointy all around, like pointy, 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 pointy. Even the chest has those little armor plates, so it already gives you more of a like combative situation. And then the eye comes in and he's angry and it's dark and it's like, even the freaking mouth, even it's a hole, but it looks like it's like downtrodden. It looks kind of annoyed, even in the mouth expression. So everything in this works better. I'm not gonna give it a top tier design like rating, because again, it's like I want the tail to be unfurled. I want more of a silhouette. However, I think it works significantly better. I also really like that this color, because it's in shadow, I think it's a lot darker than this one. And this one, the one in the tip, it's softer and it matches the blue better. So, I think this one is going to be at least 2 stages up from that one, because I think it's a significant improvement. I think it's a really good improvement, and I think it would be perfect if you unfurled the tail. So, next up, it's the goldfishes. Or the angelfishes? I'm pretty sure these are goldfish inspired. Pretty much. Pretty sure. Yeah, Gunmon? Is that not a Digimon? There's a Pokemon that's a teacup. That's why I would be surprised if there is no gun. Kingdra is a dragon. Seadra is a water. No, I know, but it's like the name. Name! There are no pistol Pokemon, but there are cannons in Pokemons. I'm really surprised that they still haven't done gun Pokemon. There's a gunman-based Mon on Gen 2 that becomes a tank-based Pokemon. Okay, so you're saying there is. She's not finishing it today. I will! Next, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome! There aren't specifically gun Pokemons, but there are Pokemon that have held a water gun. I'm not surprised about that, the whole water gun thing, I think being a children show in franchise stuff. But I feel like the Japanese don't have those many hang-ups about guns, I feel like. Maybe I'm entirely wrong about like depicting guns in media. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. Given how many updates it has had, she may have to reset power regardless. Don't say that! Don't say that! If you win that bet, at least 4 chatters will join the losing team. Gems. It's crystals! You infidel! But also, I know that I'll be lucky if 1 chatter still hasn't decided their team. Kiss Koyo, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome! Don't call me baby. I'm no baby. Ellie's giggly today. I think I'm giggling as a response to the cold. I think I'm counteracting. You cannot convince me to not be in fossils. Why not? Why not? Works for most people from what I heard. I'm pretty sure it's just 13% of people. Are these terms okay for you? I'm not okay with the idea of 4 chatters, but I don't wanna... no, I don't wanna lose my power. I don't wanna lose my power. I'm not going to reset my power, bro. Those terms are not okay with me. pestering Ellie to finish. There is 0 point of a guided Satsu discussion stream like this if she rushes. I want to rush. I want to finish it today. I want to finish it today. I want it to be done. Goldin and Seeking. Yeah, they're goldfish. Yeah, I can see that they're goldfish. It very clearly is a goldfish. But it's a goldfish with a horn. Oh, wow. Does that make it enough of a monster? I don't think so. I don't think it makes it enough of a monster. I also fucking hate the mouth. But at the same time, I don't think it would be a better... I don't think I could come up with something better. You know? I don't think I could come up with something better. For the mouth, I hate it. And I think the colors are fantastic. The silhouette is fantastic. It looks kind of like a flower in a way, but also very much it's a fucking goldfish. The color of the eye, that little teal, counteracts with the orange and the yellows and the brownish reds beautifully. Like, this is one of the best palettes, okay? This is one of the best palettes. Love it so much. And the silhouette is great. I love the way that the fins feel so fragile, so flexible, so like wavy. And it has a horn. It has a horn. I think if not for the lips, which are so bad, it would be like a top tier design. Because it's like animal inspired, but clearly not an animal in the real life. The fins in the top of the head are also like clearly not how fish really work. I think it's one great design. This uses Pokemon and its evolution to Pokemon with absolutely no use in any game in the almost 30 years. They got nothing. Goldeen and Seeking are the most useless Pokemon ever created. That makes me sad because the designs are kind of really good. This one just reminds me of a Shark's Tale movie, which is weird because I think that one is based on a lionfish? I don't remember, but I remember researching that. And I'm pretty sure the one that you're thinking of is based on a lionfish. One Pokemon had a form that makes it a water sniper? As in a gun? There was a whole episode that got censored on the English side because there were people pointing guns for the whole show. Yeah, which is why I know that like the America side has more of a problem with that. The gunfish look like normal fish, and octopus tank looks like a normal octopus, leaving people very confused. So it wouldn't look like it's based on a gun. I would join Crystal if I was participating. Thank you! Woo! Woo! Crystal! They kind of do, but not because of Japan, but because of 4Kids. That's my impression of it. I thought it was fossils versus shiny rocks. It's fossils versus crystal. Crystals are shiny rocks, but give it respect. My poor team. Okay, Ellie, since you read this late as all chat, see clearly if you accept the terms of the bet. I don't. Remember, if you're so sure and you think you can finish it today, just do it. You won't lose anything because you're so sure you can finish it right. Mention one important thing you will lose if you reset your Power Wall. All of my babies that I've already named and gotten bonded with. And all of my hours and hours and hours of progress, bro. It's an easy bet to win. Yeah, but I don't want to risk it. So with this one, what did I do? Huh, that was weird. With this one, I feel like the colors changed not enough to be like an entirely new palette. I wish the green teal of the eyes, blue teal of the eyes was still present in the palette in some way, shape, or form. You know? But I do love that it's polka dots. It feels so anti-natural to have like polka dots. It makes it look kind of like a dress, but at the same time, it's still very clearly fins. I will say the silhouette is kind of trash. The silhouette is kind of like an amorphous blob. And I I don't understand the point of that. When you had the other one with such a good silhouette, this one could have had a better like sprite position so that the silhouette would have been helped. I also freaking hate that now the mouth looks better, but it has stupid teeth. Like, why does it have teeth? Why does it have teeth? It's a fish. I know that fish may have teeth. I'm not an expert in fish biology, but if they do, they're definitely small enough that you cannot see them. So why does this have visible teeth? Stop it. I really like the black markings on the body. I really like the orange, and I really like the big round dead eye, because it's like that's what fish eyes seem to us. Like, that's what they feel to us land dwellers. You know, land dwellers, you see a fish eye and that's what you think of. So I think everything else is great in this thing, except two things. The silhouette, fucking trash. I want a better silhouette. And the lack of teal? Why? Why no teal? Oh yeah, the fangs! Mongoose, you're right, you reminded me. The fucking fangs. That's another thing. So I'm gonna put this one below the other one, but how far below? I do still think in theory is kind of a good one. I do still think in theory is kind of a good one. I think it belongs amongst these guys way more than it does amongst these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because it fits better here than there. For sure. Remember, guys, the next bet she loses, she has to react to the Sabrina episodes on Discord. The Sabrina episodes? What? How? What? Huh? What are we talking about? What? Who? What? What is Sabrina? What if goldfish could defend themselves? Kind of. What if goldfish had horns and very angry looking eyes? The cold is getting bad. I'm literally sitting here with a sore throat and honey ginger tea. Yeah, we're having a wave of cold right now in my country, or at least in my city, so they both look kind of uncanny, which is what you want for monsters, I feel like. I feel like with monsters, you need them to look a little bit uncanny, you know? Sorry I didn't do the last tier list Sam. I finished a few hours ago. Don't apologize. This is not a job. You're doing it as like a favor, and I appreciate it so very much. But don't feel guilty about it, please. Never feel guilty about it. A lot of people completely wait, what? This Miss Caldine, I like it. Seeking though kind of sucks. I'm talking just about the designs, so how useful they are doesn't really matter. But looks wise, Seal has a horn that shouldn't be enough to add a point. Yes, I know it physically adds a point. No, I think it adds a point because it makes it more monstrous. And the point of these things is that they are kind of animals, but also kind of monsters. And I feel that that's important, you know? Its tail feels like an elegant ballroom dress, giving it the nickname of Water Queen. Okay, that's in the description because that explains the polka dots and making it look kind of like a dress. Because I did say that. I did say that, and I think it makes like the most sense in the world. Hours of playtime. How much playtime do you have in Power World? I don't have the time to check. I have to finish this Pokemon tier list. Let's change the button for a more forgiving punishment. You finish, I upload 4 characters. You don't finish, you have to butcher the first pal that gets KO'd once you play Power World. Only, listen, I'm accepting those terms only if people don't put it like as a reason for me not being a pacifist. Because here's the problem with that. If I do it because I lost the bet, then people are gonna be like, oh yeah, this is what Ellie wanted all along. She's bloodthirsty. Ellie the pacifist, but she butchered pals. Like, you're gonna put it on me, and I'm not willing to do that. If you're gonna put it on me, I will do it. If it's not gonna be yet another reason why you guys dismiss my pacifism. Crystals versus fossils, 2 strong, respectful team going head to head. Absolutely, I feel it's one of the strongest themes we've had so far. I feel like there hasn't been a team this balanced, I feel like, since Cyberpunk versus Steampunk. Some fish have human-like teeth. I don't want to think about that. Oh God. Ugh. I don't want to think about that. It's not like both dolphins and sharks prove that fish have teeth. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't dolphins mammals? And orcas and whales, aren't those mammals? Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, then again, there is no such thing as a fish etymologically, so maybe it's a stupid question. Well, I meant visible teeth though. I clarify later. I did say teeth at first, but then I clarified visible. So now it's Staryu and Starmie. Staryu would always say Haya when he came out. And Starmie would do a womanly What the fuck? Why? 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 Aren't they supposed to say their names? Aren't they supposed to go like Starmie, 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 or whatever? That makes no sense, bro. Sabrina is the psychic gym trainer. Ah, you're talking about Pokemon episodes. You're talking about Pokemon episodes. You're talking about designs too? Oh, you really think the design is not good at all? I think the design is kind of good. Not as good as the first one. I already forgot the names. The goldfish. But I think it's kind of good. Nobody's buying your pacifist facade away, and that's why I'm not accepting it. You will have to take the pal, learn the tombstone, put the name of the pal in tombstone, and butcher it. Dolphins are mammals? I thought so. Alright, so this one. Starmie, Staryu, 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 Staryu. Okay. Staryu. I think there's something that I don't like about this. And actually, that one as well. If you can believe it, Starmie and Staryu are from space. I can believe it. Because, and I'll tell you why I don't quite like them right here, right now. They look fake. They look plastic. They don't look like real creatures that actually inhabit the same universe as everything else. Better worded, if you lose your Butchie, the first pal that is KO'd, and we won't call you any negative thing because of this particular action. I accept the bet in those terms. If it won't come back to bite me, as far as you guys calling me not a pacifist, then I accept those terms. Dancy, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Hi. So, here's the thing. It's the fact that they have such a metal armazon. Armazon? Armatoste? I think I'm doing Spanish things right now. But I don't like the fact that they look like they have been assembled like a quick meal McDonald's type toy. I don't like that this looks like 3 different pieces of plastic or a jewel setting. Yeah, I don't like that these feel like 3 different materials that someone just assembled together. And in this case, it's 4. It's 1 for the bottom layer, 2 for the top layer, purple, then the yellow layer, then the gem thing. I don't like it. Looks like a model. Armatoste, isn't that a device that looks faulty? You know what? I don't think I've actually ever used that word properly. I think it's one of those words that I've heard thrown around in a way that it's like, we know what we mean, but I never checked with the dictionary what it's supposed to mean. Lydia, contract established, bet confirmed. I can confirm that bet. I can confirm that. Funnily enough, there is so much space shit in Pokemon World that Stardust is a common variety. It looks kind of common, but at the same time, like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like a Gunpla? Yes, they feel like a Gunpla. They feel like they are not real living creatures. They feel like toys that you put together layer by layer. They feel like I should be able to disassemble it and reassemble it. And I don't like that the things like the gem and the gold, they look so separate from the biology of this thing. Because in the other Pokemons I have things like gems. Like, this looks kind of like a gem, but I don't see it exactly as a gem. Which ones? I know that there are a few that have gem-like things. Is this the first one? Is this the first one that looks like it has like a gem somewhere? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. It doesn't work. In my opinion, it makes it look like it's not alive. It makes it look like it's a fake thing that you should disassemble and put it together. God damn it, now that you see it, can I see it? I'm sorry. That's what you come here for. That is what you come here for. And that's how it feels like for me. So I'm gonna put both of them, despite one of them being a little bit better than the other. I do think Starmie... I do think Starmie looks better than Staryu because the palette is more exciting. The purple and yellow are a fantastic combination, especially if you're gonna mix it with a gem. Like, it's just a good combination of colors. The silhouette of Starmie works significantly better than the Staryu one because the Staryu is just a star. Granted, very recognizable, but the other one adds points of interest. That being said, boring plastic choice. Boring plastic choice. Do I think it fits there? No, it doesn't. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, that feels significantly better. That feels better. Boring plastic toy. I've said my piece. I'm sorry if I upset anyone, but... Armatoste en español significa que es algo muy grande y es problemático por su tamaño. That feels better for how I use the word. But like, I also associate it with like a big machine kind of thing. Guys, I know that you're telling me about the types of the Pokemon, but that doesn't influence my opinion of the... Like, that is not influencing what it looks like, and what I say is not based on their types. It's based on what it looks like. Armatoste is basically a gadget or machine that looks like it could break at any moment. It's mostly derogatory. So, that's how I feel about it, though. That's how I feel about Staryu and Starmie. They look like a gadget or machine that it looks like I should be able to disassemble at any moment. Crumpets, that description is exactly what I meant. Actually, it's a gem core embedded into a rock held by gold. The Pokemon itself is the gem. I like it even less with that information. According to the dex, as long as the gem is not damaged, it will regenerate everything else. I like it even less with that information. Reggie Lacy 223, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the pit. I hope you enjoy your time here because I've never seen you before. As long as Eevee is top tier, Eevee is absolutely top tier. That's one of the reasons why I'm confident I can finish today, because 4 of them are immediately top tier and I don't need to explain why. Mr. Mime, it makes invisible walls with telekinesis. It's also just a dude. Sorry, we're gonna do this again, I guess, but you already know what I'm going to say. You already know what I'm gonna say. He's just a dude. He's just a dude. I don't appreciate Pokemon that look so humanoid. We've spoken about this. He has shoes. Not even just shoes. Pointed, ugly shoes. He has pantaloons. He has an actual outfit. He has gloves, okay? He has hair and male pattern baldness. He's a dude. I don't appreciate Pokemon showing me a dude and having me capture him in a ball and treat him like one of those chicken and chicken fights. I don't like it. No nose? You got me there. Because in the Pokemon world, people do have noses. They are drawn with noses, unlike so many other animes. By the way, that's not hair. Those are horns that are specifically shaped to look like hair. I hate that even more. I hate that even more, bro. dude. The silhouette is not even interested because of the way that the sprite is like positioned. I don't like that there's nothing going on with this that would make you go, oh, an interesting, cool creature. Oh, you know, like an animal but fantastical. No one is looking at this and going, wow, an animal but fantastical. I want that as my pet. No one is saying that. And I think that is a particularly necessary feeling in Pokemon, or rather creature collector games. I'm gonna put him down here. He's not as bad as those other two, but he's coming close. He's like cutting it real close to being as bad as the other two. Are any of the next ones related? Because they don't seem related. This one doesn't seem related to that one, or to that one, or to that one, or to that one. So, are any of these evolutions coming upon? You need to explain why, Ellie. If not, you would have done the full tier list on day one, just placing it all and that's it. No, but there are some that defy explanation. Nobody's gonna get mad at you for hating the most hated Pokemon ever released. Good. Good. Because I hate Mr. Mime so much. You're welcome. Thank you. I hated that fact. I hated when he became a permanent character in the anime as a partner of Ash's mom. But did he? Was he just implied? Another thing to hate the anime, apart from the stepfather of Ash jokes, Mr. Mime eats on the floor, as does Pikachu in a dog bowl. See, that makes me so uncomfortable. That makes me so uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Have you seen the live-action Pokemon movie designs? I have seen... If we're talking about Detective Pikachu, I have seen Detective Pikachu once. Unfortunately, I don't remember shit about it. I remember a couple of the jokes hitting really well. Like, I remember a couple of jokes being really funny, but they might have been the jokes in the trailer. Like, I literally remember pretty much nothing. Sadly. Scyther. Not related at all. Okay. Cool. There was nothing in that movie that people loved more than the Mr. Mime scenes? See, I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I think... Wait. When you said that something came back, I think he looked creepy as fuck. Did he look horrifying in the live action? Did he look so terrible? Scyther, it's a mantis, but with scythes. More than that, it's so very clearly a monster and a bug at the same time. Like, oh. This is peak monster design. He looks dangerous. He looks scary. But at the same time, he reminds you of a bug, which is something you, as I'm assuming all of you are bigger than a bug, normally have control over, right? He looks badass, but at the same time, there's a part of you that's like, yeah, but it's badass in a way that it would benefit me. Also, the color palette is fantastic. That green with that yellow, with that white and that red, it's just working in tandem so perfectly. And I love that he has like that kind of dragon look without looking exactly like a dragon. He's 1.5 meters. Ooh. That makes him way scarier. That actually makes him really scary. We're gonna ignore that because what I'm saying still stands. It's like the design takes you back to the idea of a bug that you can collect. You can know that. Maybe I'm not bigger than the average bug. That's why I said I am assuming. It's an assumption. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Maybe you are bug-sized. I'm sorry for assuming. Yes, I'm not bug. I'm real human. Very big. Many rises tall. Many rises tall. That is incredible. That is incredible. Many rises tall is like my favorite phrase I'll hear all day. Maybe all week. There's also no denying the power that an arm that is actually a scythe has. Like, design-wise, that is an arm that is literally a scythe. Like, it just takes everything that makes a mantis cool and turns it into 11. I fucking love it. I fucking love it so much. It's all standalones until Magikarp and Gyarados. Thank you, that will help. Everything about Mr. Mime is uncomfortable. Yeah, I would say so. I would say though. It's on the Pokédex that he can actually replace human dads. I hate that so much. When you were talking about Jinx last stream, I said wait until you see Mr. Mime, and I meant it. I still think Jinx is worse, but some Pokemon designs from Detective Pikachu are so cursed. I think I remember thinking that, yeah. Yeah. Scyther is probably the most badass looking Pokemon in Gen 1. I think he's up there with Charizard and with the Wasp one. Cause wow, those are both really, really monster, very dangerous, very threatening, very edgy, but in a good fucking way. Like in a fantastic way. I love IRL's Mantis. Mantises are really cool. Dancing Mantises are really cool. In lore, Scyther can cut iron with his blades, but the blades cannot harm his trainer or people his trainer cares about. Also, the happy face looks gruffy when you pet him in the only game where you can. I would like to see that. Feel free to post a gif of the petting this thing in Talk to Ellie. But also, absolutely adore the idea that the blades are so strong they can cut titanium, but they are physically unable to cut anyone you care about. Fantastic! That is incredible! It's canonically very aggro and likes to pick fights for sports. He looks it. To be honest, look at that face. He looks it. He's definitely picking fights just because he feels like it. Lorfina, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. I like Kabutops more than Scyther. Similar concept, but one is a dinosaur. Is that in Gen 1 as well? What it feels weird for me to not like that much of Scyther is the hands. It doesn't seem to be able to pick anything. And that may seem kind of like more... like... I'm not gonna say cute or adorable, but it makes him... it kind of lowers the threat level. It needs you. It needs you. It cannot pick anything up. It will benefit from not harming you. If it makes sense, you know? If it makes sense. I like the fact that there's just a tiniest bit of incompetence. He picks stuff up with his mouth? Yeah, but hands are better. So at the very end of the day, there's still something that makes you better than it. And I appreciate that. I think I have to put him up with the top tiers. I think there's literally nothing bad that I can say about this Pokemon. Look at that. The silhouette, the colors, the concept. It's just... oh, it's all great. It's all great. Which means that from here on out, we're gonna go down a little bit. And everything else from here on out, until we hit Eevee, is probably like not all that great. Electabuzz. I hate him very much. But I'm not gonna tier rank him based on how much I hate him, because I can still be objective about the good elements of his design. But I want you to know that I hate him. Alright? We're on the same page. The one designed in Detective Pikachu I like the most is Torterra because they made them mountain-sized. I think I kind of remember that. I think that was in the trailer, right? Yes, it's one of the fossils from Gen 1. I think we haven't gotten to the fossils. So we'll see about how I feel about that one later. Mantises overall make for great designs. The goddess of nature in my setting is mantis coded. And when I make my own monster catching game, you can better have mantis mates. I think the mantis is such a like creature of all time. In real life, right? In real life, like mantises are such a creature of all time. Kabutops isn't a dinosaur, he's Jurassic insectoid. Maybe that's why, like, dinosaur, Jurassic, you get it. You understand. If it needs me, how did I exist that species for so long to meet me? That doesn't make sense. Of course it doesn't need you, but it benefits from having you around. Electabuzz, I have no idea what it is, but it is electric. That's probably the reason why I fucking hate him, okay? He's an allergic gorilla. He doesn't look like a gorilla. He doesn't look like anything. Electabuzz is an awesome sound in the game. Repeat after me. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. That? Whoop, 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 whoop. How about that one? Oh, hey, is that what Pal from Pal World? Except the Pal from Pal World is better designed. Don't tell Nintendo. Don't tell Nintendo I said that one. Please. Tyler, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. You watched the new Final Destination? Did you enjoy it? Torterra was not mountain-sized to the Detective Pikachu. Those were isolated, experimented, victim Torterras. They are not supposed to be that big. I don't remember anything about the plot, so I will believe you. I'll just believe you. Those were actually pretty good noises. Oh, man. I'm good at reading again. That's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. Electabuzz looks like a Stone Age human painted yellow and some black stripes. I hate this guy. Why? Because I don't understand what I'm supposed to be looking at. My eyes are not directed effectively anywhere. There is no clear animal that this is based on. The antennae are in the position where the ears should be. And again, the patterns are undirected. The patterns are like not designed towards a purpose. The tail makes no sense with the rest of the design. Because why the fuck is that tail like a kitty cat tail where everything else is pointy and like triangle-y? Why does it have rings? Like proper painted rings instead of uneven stripes like the arms or the legs. The arms and the legs have like uneven stripes that don't cover the entirety of the circumference of the body part and that they end in like triangle tips. The tail should have those too. The tail should have those too. The tail should also be a little bit more pointed. The eyebrow marking thing, like, I understand it, but at the same time it looks stupid. It's like a V. I understand. It makes it angrier. It makes it look angry because it's like two furrowed eyebrows. Then don't make it a V. Don't make them touch. Or make it shorter. Or make it shapier. Or something. It looks really bad. It looks like it has Shrek ears that are trying to be antennas. It looks so undecided. It looks like it's not... like it doesn't know what it wants to be. You know? Like, it looks like it doesn't know what it wants to be. He's based on an Oni? Then why are the antennas like Shrek ears? Why are they not like Oni ears? Sorry, ears. Like Oni horns. You know? Like, the short little pointed horns? While its place there is not eyebrows. I know, but I did say once, like, the pattern that looks like eyebrows. It's shorthand. I'm getting to describe this thing. It doesn't need to be the real eyebrows, but it's the eyebrows. You know? You think cats are not pointy and triangly? Yes. Yes, they are. In places. In places. This part of the Pokedex feels the laziest of all. From Mr. Mime to Magmar is make a human of X type as Pokemon. We'll see how I feel about the rest. But this one, I fucking hate. It looks like the Grit. It kinda does. It kinda does. By the way, Ellie, you need to look up what Electabuzz sounds like in the anime. My roommate and I love having deep intellectual conversations. One time our combo just evolved into making Electabuzz noises. Sounds very deep and intellectual. I mean, in your defense, it sounds incredibly deep and intellectual. Isn't it based on the Thunder Obi from Japanese mythos? I don't know, but I really don't like it. And I've given all of my opinions. Overall, I have very little positive to say and very much negative to say. This is something that someone designed. He's an Oni with inspirations from a tiger and Tesla coils. they didn't manage to make those influences fit properly. It's that simple. As a designer, your job is to make it fit properly and to make it a good design visually. This does not make it. Electricity does surge between them horns and has a single strand of hair between the horns. That's cool, actually. I don't think it is. I think it should be designed better. To be completely honest, it should be designed better. Jinx, you already did it? I know that I did Jinx. So Magmar. Its Japanese name is Booker. Why Booker? Those aren't Shrek ears. They're meant to look like electrical transformers, but they are meant to and they don't reach it. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, like it doesn't fit. It doesn't reach what it's trying to be, and that's a problem. Boober, not Booker. Okay, I see it. I see it. I mentioned Jinx because the human and X-type Pokemon. Ah, because Jinx is supposed to be in this part. Because Jinx is supposed to be in this part of the Pokédex. Okay. So, this guy, I hate. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. We're gonna do a lightning round. Why the fuck is his face a butt? Why? Why does he have that in the forehead? Like, for what reason? I don't think anyone needed that. I also don't appreciate how his body looks, once more, like plastic. Because the flames painted, like, that doesn't look like an organic thing that could resemble fire. That looks like a toy that is appealing to little boys because fire is cool. Or like the exact type of fire pattern that you paint on the bottom of a skateboard. You know? And like the spikes in the back also don't work with the rest of the shape. And why does he have a thick-ass choker, but then the black is not organically as part of the painted coats at all? The color palette could work. It could. If it was not so cheap toy looking. I also hate the mouth. What is that mouth supposed to be? You know what it makes me think of? Ketchup and mustard dispenser. It makes me feel like a ketchup and mustard dispenser, that mouth. Because of the colors. Like, nothing is working together in this one. 0 things are working together in this one. Does literally anyone like Magmar? I don't know. I'll say one good thing about it. One good thing. I love the little fire tips in the head. If that was there without a butt, I think it would be great. I think that would be fantastic. Looks like a rubber duck mixed with punk rocker. Yeah, it looks kind of like a rubber duck. It looks plastic and fake, you know? An artist was working through some very personal issues in a very public way. Magmar is the worst. Ninetales or Rapidash. Literally no reason to catch one. I hate him. I don't like him. So, I used to like Magmar, then I saw the memes. Now I don't like it. Understandable. I think the pad was intended to look like bubbling magma. Bad choice. Definitely didn't hit it. Definitely didn't hit that point. At some point, the developers ran out of ideas, and that's why they asked to help. They asked help to the girl that designed Pikachu. Okay, that makes sense. But this is not it. This one is not one that they got help with, I'm sure. Red, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. That's a reoccurring theme. What is a reoccurring theme? It makes me look... Okay, Ellie Magmar art. What? Huh? No? Who said that? Why? Huh? Huh? The black is on the legs too. Like, it makes you think if you waxed that Pokemon that it should be black on the skin. It doesn't make me feel that way. It makes me feel like it's wearing accessories. Like it's trying to be edgy. Like it's making me feel like it wants to be taken seriously by the adults. You know? It looks like a man in a mascot suit for a chili restaurant. Absolutely. 100%. Closest to its mouth is a duck mouth. And it still doesn't even feel quite right as a duck mouth. You don't see it on the sprite, but the arms have like those pom-pom round things like the cheerleaders have. What the fuck? Why? 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 Internet mouse, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Some people say it was a discarded Charmeleon beta design. If it was, very terrible. Why the fact that the arms have pom-poms? Let me really quickly see if we can find it here. See if we can get like more info about the arms. Okay, I'll reach it. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. What? No, bro. No. I think we all know where this one's going, right? I think we can all agree. Yeah. What Pokemon has Elyssia rated so far? All of these. Look at that. We are very close to being done today. All right. This guy. How's it called? The fire looking like plastic. It happens a lot. It can not happen though, because they've done it so great with some of the designs. Wait, what? There's Art of Ellie as a Magmar? I hope not. I really hope not. Rough rated lower than Mr. Mime. Yeah, Mr. Mime is not as horrible as that. Pinsir. Can you swap the last tier to its? Sure. Cool Killer Bugman. Pinsir. I think this one is one of those really good monster designs that unfortunately needs the tiniest bit of a push to be the best it can be. I want the brown to be stronger or the bone color to be wider because I want more contrast for the color palette. I want the eyes to be a little bit more noticeable. So for that, you will need a darker brown so that the white in the eyes has better contrast. Or I want the eyes to have a bit more of an outline, you know? Like, I want a little bit more, the eyes to be a little bit more popping. And I want the arms to be a little shorter. Or the tails, oh my god, I can't fucking speak right now. Or the legs to be a little bit longer. But basically, I want the proportion of the arms and the legs to be a little less disjointed. I understand that's the point. I understand the point is that the arms are significantly longer, but I still think you can make them significantly longer while still not making it that different from the legs. I think the horns are incredible. I think the horns are such a good design. I think the mouth is such a good design because it makes it look like really monstrous and really kind of like dangerous. And the arms being that long, the horns being the way they are, it adds to the silhouette a shit ton. It's one of those like simplest best designs that I just wish had a tiny bit more consistency with certain things and just a tiny bit more contrast so that some of the features are easier to read. But I really like this. I really feel like it hits that balance between like monster and edgy and dangerous, but also exciting, you know? I think it really needs to be exciting if it's gonna be a Pokemon. Pinsir gets a Mega Evolution where it gets Wing, which makes it very happy according to the decks. That sounds like it would be cool, depending on the shape of the wings. The anime has a shot where Ash was imagining Pinsir literally crushing his Metapod in half for no reason. For no reason? Really? That sounds too aggressive to put in the anime for no reason. Pinsir is made due to the beetles being used often in backfights. And he looks like he would crush in a backfight for sure. This looks good for me, like a good beetle, but bigger because it's 1.5 meters. I think it's a great design. Yes, Internet Mouse, we are ranking based on design alone. Pinsir is one of the few megas that I'm kind of okay with. It's still too edgy and over-designed for no reason. But at first glance, the mega only looks like it opened its back and starts flying at you. I don't want to see the mega right now because I'm trying to finish today. But I can imagine it having wings. You guys said that about the mega, maybe? The only thing we add is any context to understand the art itself. We don't add the lore. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of simplicity I like in the science because we know how scary bugs can be. If you didn't expect them to fly at you, true. 100% true. When a bug is like, oh yeah, I can handle it. The bug is far away from me. And then it fucking starts flying. Even me, who like, I don't have fear of bugs, it can suddenly like become a little bit more scary. I can't unsee it as a bald man with hair horns like Mr. Mime. I totally don't see that. I actually really don't see that. Unfortunately, they also had to make it even more spiky, ruining the beautiful simplicity. Oh man, that sucks because this is like such a good design. It's such a good design. Now, as an artist, check Hitmonlee again and then Pinsir and tell me if you feel something between them or it's just a me thing. I do think they could fit like an evolution line only if you're talking about this too, only if this one had some indication that it's gonna grow horns, and this one had a stronger eye shape, it could kind of work as an evolution. I still don't think it's a good idea, but I could see it, you know? Pinsir got neglected for like 20 years until he finally got a Mega Evolution. Every other Pokemon from Gen 1 got new pre-evolutions, evolutions, or unique moves, but Pinsir got nothing for 20 years. Which is really weird considering it's such a good design, you know? It's such a good design. Naturally, my tab froze as I went to correct myself. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have my flamethrower ready for those occasions. Isn't that a bit overkill? Isn't that a little bit overkill lit? Why would you be a bug, Mouse? Mouses are not bugs. Don't be silly. Mouses are mammals. It's a good thing that Ellie's not afraid of bugs, or me and a parent, the officer, would have a hard time. I mean, no, many rises tall. Many rises tall. Yeah, you guys promised that you were many rises tall. I love that phrase so much, bro. I love that phrase. You know what? I'm gonna write it for myself. I'm gonna write it for myself and talk to Ellie. Many rises tall. I need it as a reminder. Tauros. Well, that's straight and up. Like that's in your nose a little bit, isn't it? It's a bull, but it has 3 tails and that's it. Want some oxtail soup? I wouldn't say that it's just it, because it does have these 3 things in the head that also add a little bit of fantastic feeling, you know? However, it's kind of like weak. It's kind of like weak as a design. I don't have much bad to say about this, right? Like, I don't have anything bad to say about him. It's a solid creature. It's big, it's threatening, it has those horns, it can do a lot of damage with. It has 3 tails, which is like, wow, cool, exciting. It has those gems in the forehead embedded into its skull, which is like, ooh, fantastical, exciting. But it's also kind of like boring in a sense, because it is just a bull. It's just an ox. So it's like, do I have anything bad to say about it? No. I have nothing bad to say about it. Silhouette works perfectly. Color palette works if a little bit boring, you know. It's exactly what you would expect a bull-based, buffalo-based Pokemon. But that's kind of the thing. Like, it's good, but it's not great. Like, it's not gonna... I'm not gonna get super excited about starting my Pokemon adventure and think, oh, I want to catch the ox, you know? I'm not gonna go crazy over it. It's not gonna blow my mind. It's not gonna be on my list of favorites. It's just like, it's good. It's middle of the pack, middle of the road. It's good. It's fine. It's okay. It's there. You know? Like, it's there. Middle of the road. One of the rating cards here, I will put it in the middle. It is in the middle. Like, we have 6 and then a special one. The first one is like, it's perfect. You don't need to change a thing. The second one is like, this could be perfect if we tweak it a little bit. Like, it's great, but just a tiny little tweak. Then this one is like middle of the road. It's good. I don't have much to say about it. It's just good. Then this one is like, it's not that good. Like, it's forgettable. I would change quite a bit to make it a good design. And then this one is like, this is not even good. This is like bad. This is like bad. I hate it. I don't like it. And then this one is like extreme bad. Pikachu's in the middle? Yeah. Yeah. Pikachu's in the middle. I said what I said. Más que un toro parece esta especie que se extinguió en Estados Unidos. I think it looks like a buffalo, which it still exists. Magikarp and Gyarados, based on the legend of the carp leaping over the Dragon Gate, as a nod to the koi kites on Children's Day, Gyarados gains flying type. Esas cosas de la frente son del mismo material de los cuernos. It makes sense, and I really do like it. It's just still like not exciting enough, you know? Why are you insulting my favorite just an animal Pokemon? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's good. It's good. It's just like not all that great. It's just not all that great. So, Magikarp. I don't know what to say about this guy. It's just a carp. Like, it's literally just a carp. It's a carp. It looks like a carp. It looks like a carp. Yup. That's a carp. Huh? Yup. It looks like a carp. Colors work well. Colors work great. The fin is a little bit interesting by looking like a crown. But it's a very recognizable carp. Yeah. No. It's a magical carp. It also has a crown. Yeah. It's like... Again, middle of the road. It doesn't have anything bad. It doesn't have anything good. Like, they could have given him more personality, but that was not their intention. You know? Like... the eye could have a little bit more life. It could have a bit more attitude. It could have like an expression on its face. Something could be more interesting. But it's like I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just boring. So I'm gonna put it in like the boring category. He's there. He's boring. He's forgettable. He has very little design interest. Does anyone object to that? I think it's fine. You cannot learn any moves out and splash, tackle, and bounce. Not even a magical fish. Yeah, it's just like, it's a carp. It's like a carp. In this case, the design idea was to make it as boring and ordinary as possible. Because that was the intention, I'm gonna move it up. Because it follows... Well, but do we know for a fact that that's their intention? If that is their intention, it belongs up here because it achieves its intention incredibly well. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Is that their intention? The whole point of Magikarp is to be used as and evolve into something OP. And I understand that. I think it's a really good move. Like, I think it was a good move to have, like, one of the most OP things come from such a useless thing. Because it rewards experimenting and it rewards completionism, you know? The top part is a bad drawing. It's supposed to be as the yellow below. I've always imagined him with like a crown though. So are you sure? So the player can believe they get scammed when they buy one for 500 pocket dollars, which is the cost of one soda. And the cost of one soda for the cost of one Pokemon doesn't seem that bad. It doesn't seem too bad. That Pokemon is only existing in the ocean where it will... Where will it go? Huh? The Pokemon is only existing in the ocean. Where will we go in the ocean? I don't think I've ever thought of the logic of the water Pokemons being just around. Violet, don't throw bombs at me. It's not July yet. But also welcome. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. That's the absolute point. Is the design was made to make kids not want to have it. But if you dedicate yourself to signing it, then you get an OP monster. I think it's either here or here. Because I do want to reward the intention of the design really coming across. I think that's really good design. If you have an intention and it can come across, I think that deserves some points. I'm 100% sure. Checked out to Ellie. I feel like... No, I'm seeing it and it definitely still looks like a crown. It definitely still looks like a crown. Magikarps are freshwater mons, only obtained in rivers and ponds. It's still something that we can have so many fish and like... You have them in the land, so... Alright, so Gyarados. Now this is a monster, right? Like we can all agree this is a monster. This is like, wow. Bad fucking ass. Badass as hell. I like the color palette. This is very similar to the seahorse. I don't know why. I think it should be more similar to the Gyarados. No, sorry, to the koi fish. Koi? Carp. Magikarp. It should look closer to the Magikarp in my opinion. I don't understand why it went blue instead of orange. I wish he was orange. I don't quite like the mouth having the yellow instead of the blue. I feel like that's something that has worked better in some of these fish Pokemon. I feel like it's looking like it draws your eye way too much into the mouth. And the mouth is already an interest point because it's the inside of the mouth is a different color. So I don't think it should be the accent color, the lips, and I don't think it should be blue. It should be orange. I do still like everything else. I think the rest of the concept works very well. It looks threatening. It looks dangerous. Everything in an evolution should be. It looks super pointy. These like things here make it feel like super monstrous. Then the eyes look very angry, which is appropriate, but like why couldn't it be orange? Why couldn't it be orange? If it's an evolution, why couldn't it be the same color? That annoys me. Definitely a better design than the fish, but not perfect. I definitely would change it. Gyarados is not a dragon. That thing is water and flying. Still, he learns 6 dragon moves. Again, I'm talking about aesthetics. This is a dragon. Aesthetics-wise, it's a dragon. Magikarp can be on the ground. He's just only gonna flail, though. Poor guys. Poor fishes. Definitely a better design than the fish, but not perfect. Closed mouth, it's weird. He's shiny, is famously red. I don't want it to be red either. I want it to be orange like the carp. I want it to be the same color as the carp. Like, come on, bro. Why not? Why not just make it the same color? The idea of the mon was that it's based on a tale where a Koya reaches the tip of the waterfall and crosses the gate. It turns into a dragon. It's supposed to have a different color. Why? Why? Couldn't it be turned into a dragon that happens to be orange? Fun fact, Gyarados is longer than you. I don't care. I don't care. There's a side story in a Pokemon game where an evil team tried to force a Magikarp into a Gyarados, and from that it kept its Magikarp colors, but I think I would prefer it. It is blue because you only see Gyarados at the end of the game and to confuse the player thinking where he can catch it. Huh. Okay. I understand that at for a mechanical reason, but since I'm not judging the mechanics, I'm judging the looks, he's gonna be like not top tier. Because he could be top tier, but because the color is orange-white, it turns into a green or yellow dragon. It's not even green. It's not even green. I think I would make different choices. It's not like top tier. It's just not. It's not top tier. Okay, guys. Here's the lightning round. Here's the real lightning round. Here's the part where I was confident that I could finish it. If you think I'll be able to say anything other than "Do you have eyes? This is perfect. You don't need me to explain." Like, you're completely mistaken. You're sorely mistaken. If you think that I'll be able to say anything other than "Look at it! Look at it!" First, Latias. Lapras. Listen, I don't need to explain how incredible this design is. Okay? It's big, it's majestic, silhouette works, colors are incredible, it has little spots on its skin, it has a smooth complexion, it has a horn, it has cute little round ears, it has the carapace that makes it look like it's defensive but not aggressive. I fucking love it. I fucking love it so much. Love. Absolutely would catch a Lapras for myself. Top tier. Super top tier. Next, Eevee. Bro, look at it. You have eyes, don't you? It's adorable. It's cute. It's fluffy. It looks like a friend. It looks like a pet. I want it so bad. Look at those round, shiny eyes. Look at that smile. Look at those ears. I want to grab the ears. I want to grab the ears and I want to pet it and I want to make him do silly faces. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Did we disconnect? To be honest, not the biggest fan of Flareon or Jolteon. Definitely on the weakest side of the Eevee spectrum. I kind of agree with Jolteon, but he's still gonna be top tier. I'm sorry, spoilers. He's still gonna be top tier. You don't need to say anything. Nintendo said enough. Exactly. Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon are showers, thunders, boosters in JP respectively. I don't like those names. I prefer the English names. Carapace. Not Carpus. Carpus? I cannot read that any other way. I love Flareon, not so much Jolteon. Might be because of all the official art I've seen that made its fur look stiff and sharp. Jolteon, I think, is the weakest one, personally. But it's still going on top tier. If it looks like Cremis but less fluffy. Yeah, but they have different vibes, and I love all of them. They're all my children. For some reason, Flareon has high physical attacks despite the lack of good physical fire moves. Not relevant. I do wonder if Lapras would still be as iconic if it wasn't used for Surfing Sprite and be the water mode of transfer for Ash in the anime. I don't know if it's iconic. I just know it's fucking beautiful, majestic, wonderful. Like, it looks like a magical being that actually doesn't want to kill you, but could. Perfect. Hot take, I didn't like Eevee that much. That is a hot take. Wow. Do you like Eevee's design more than Pikachu? 100%. Like 1000%, yes. Microcut. I'm glad that it was not too... I'm glad that it was not too long. You get out at I want to make him do silly things with his face. With his ears, with his paws. Hey, it's my old favorite that everyone finally loves, but for the wrong reasons. I'm just gonna keep going with the same reasonings that I've been saying. Look at it, bro. Look at it. The silhouette is fantastic. The color palette works perfectly. I love that it looks like water because it kind of fucking has to because it's an water type Eevee, but it looks like a fox. I like adorable, cute, adorable fox friend. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Fish fins, but cute. Fish fins, but cute. Fishtail, adorable. I want to have him in my backyard, in my pelo pincho. Alright? Not that you guys know what it is, but I love him. Now, why are you comparing bad bitches? Cremis is cute, Eevee's cute. We don't need to compare them, bro. It's like a mermaid cat? Abso-fucking-lutely. It's like a mermaid cat. So, next up, Jolteon. Yes, I will admit, he's the weakest one. Okay? He's the weakest one. We could have something better. Personally, I feel like the thing making him the weakest is the lack of a very big fluffy tail. What, Ellie? You wouldn't understand. Argentinians will, though. Argentinians will when I say I want to put him on my pelo pincho. Like, Argentinians will understand. I wish he had a tail. I'm not gonna lie. I wish he had a tail. However, he also looks like an adorable little fox friend. And I appreciate him very much. He looks cute. He looks fluffy. He looks like he would be a lot of fun to play ball with. And he's going on top tier. I told you guys that this would be fast because we have a lightning round of look at it! Look at it! Thank you for explaining, Leo. So, Flareon. Flareon! Do I need to keep going, guys? Do I need to explain? Look at it! He looks fluffy. He looks friendly. He looks like a pet. He looks adorable. He looks cute. He looks like you could pet him for hours. He looks like he would take your stress away. He looks like you could like keep petting him and making his ears go down because he looks cute. You could keep pinching his little cheeks. Bro, I have nothing to say other than top tier. And if you didn't think this was coming, I'm sorry you don't know me well enough. I'm sorry you don't know me well enough if you didn't think that was coming. I mean, my adorable, fluffy, adorable friend creatures. In one of the Pokemon leaks, we got insight into eternal Game Freak discussions about new evolutions, and the reason we didn't get any. Every time they design one, they went, fans already drew this. Well, yeah, fans have already drawn every single possible evolution. That shouldn't be a reason not to draw it, I think. I think that shouldn't be, like... I think that shouldn't be the reason why we don't get any, personally. Ellie, I don't have eyes. How do I look? I can't help you with that. If you cannot see the gloriousness of evolutions, then you... I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. She would definitely be an adorable fluffy pet. I want all of the adorable fluffy pets. I want them all. Polygon. Basically a Digimon ambassador from the infamous people that cause seizures. I like Polygon, but I don't like him at the same time. And based on everything that I've said before, you might know where I'm coming with this. He looks kind of like a toy. He looks like not organic. He looks like he has stickers for eyes. Like, he looks like someone did a wooden block, like whatever you do with wooden blocks. I don't remember the name right now. Tachar. And painted it and then put a sticker for an eye. And like... he's not exciting. At all. He's not exciting. He's not cool. He's not, like, fantastical feeling. I like the colors. I like the silhouette. I think he's kind of forgettable. I think he's forgettable. They could get sued by stealing a design if it's too similar. Well... Yeah, kinda. They could make sure that they draw something not similar. But it's Nintendo! They would be fine. They would be fucking fine. I like Porygon because he's a product of weird sci-fi stuff. He was a virtual Pokemon. The only reason Eevee got a fairy type was because Pokemon created a new type and there was no previous fan art for an evolution. Damn. I still want more official evolutions though. Looks like Perry the Platypus from Wish. I don't agree with that, but I still don't like him. You don't like him because he stole your colors? I love the colors, but that's about as much as I like. He isn't organic. He's supposed to be originated inside of a computer and can go inside the PC. He's made of data. Here's my thing about that, guys. He also doesn't look like data. He looks like a piece of wood that is painted. Okay? A blob of sentient code definitely will look like an inorganic bland creature. My problem is that it doesn't even look like data. And also, like I said before, I feel like you deserve points if the design can convey your intention. I don't think the design conveys the intentions. I don't. Based on a low poly 3D model without wood... What? Based on how a low poly 3D model would back in the early 90s? He's man-made. He's a first-year programming student projects. I don't care. Here's another thing. Like, I shouldn't need the lore to understand the Pokemon or to like the Pokemon. As I said before, like, I'm not judging them for their stories, stats, or anything else like that. I'm judging them by the design. And the design is not exciting. Doesn't feel like a creature. Doesn't feel like... It doesn't feel like something that I would want to capture. It doesn't feel like something that I would find in the wild. It sounds like something that I would find in a woodworking shop. And it wouldn't even be that expensive because no one would buy it if it was. I get it, it's a fake man-made Pokemon, but it doesn't have to look so goddamn ugly. Yeah, honestly, like, you could make it look better, more like having a good intention. Nintendo tried and failed to sue a small store called Super Mario. No way! It failed? Wait, what? What? What does data look like? More like light. Data at the end of the day is zeros and ones, and it's like just energy. This looks way too like polygons on a PCLE. I don't care. It doesn't look like it. Wood? How do you see wood? Because this is the kind of shit that you would like. Oh, what is the word? Sorry, it's driving me insane. I have to look for that word in English. Sculpt, carve. It looks like something that you would carve out of a block of wood and paint. Carve, yeah, that one. It looks like crystals. No, it doesn't because it's not reflective enough. Crystals are reflective and they're transparent-ish. It's cubes and triangles. Yeah, it's the exact same kind of simple shapes that you get by a beginner wood carver. What does that look like, Ellie? You make it sound like you're an expert. I would design it significantly different. It's that simple. I would design it significantly different. You said Drowsy's creepy guy lore elevated him because that's what the design conveyed. Like, the design conveyed that. This does not convey data. I think it needs to convey the intent for me to give it points. You judge Magikarp higher because it transmits that simple as fuck and it's not useful? Yes, but this doesn't transmit digital or data. It doesn't. This is what a Pokemon looks like when you blindfold someone to design a Pokemon. Damn, that's strong. If you want to look at it this way, this could be what a programmer and not an artist would create as a creature. Maybe. Yeah, kinda. Like, clearly not an artist wouldn't. Ellie's never beating the allegations that she's lurking in RPCs. Why? What? How? What? Why? Ellie being a hypocrite? I'm not being a hypocrite. Check any 3D game from the old times. I don't care. It doesn't look like data. It doesn't look like data. As much as I hate the design, it is a polygon in the 90s. Having 10 triangles was the best 3D projects look like. Is it polygonal? Yes, but being polygonal is not the same as being data. It's just not the same. This looks like a handmade toy in a wood shop. Double standards? No. It looks like data back then, I guess. Back then, data was still zeros and ones, light and electricity. And that's my point. Like, graphics got better, but data, the core of data, is still just energy. Polygons are stored as data. Everything is stored as data, though. Like, that's the problem. Like, if you want it to look like something that could have been designed with computers back then, it could look like a billion things. The triangle feet ruined the whole wooden toy thingy here. No, that's a shape that you can get with triangles. I'm gonna put it in forgettable. You don't see zeros and ones, you see polygons. Yeah, but you also see anything that is designed for the interface. So it could literally be anything. Behind that logic, it could be literally anything that you could represent in video games. How do you see a data, Ellie? Okay, let me tell you something else. Missing number. Missing number is a thing that exists. That looks like a data Pokemon. That looks like a Pokemon made out of data. And you can totally do that with pixel art. You can do with pixel art something that looks like glitched information. Or like digital information. It doesn't need to look like a representation of reality that is done by like data presentation interface. It doesn't need to look like the way that they tried to make graphics look more realistic. That looks like data because it was a glitch, it wasn't the intention. I know, but it exists. And therefore, I have a point of comparison. Omanite and Omastar. Omanite. Omanite? Omanite? It's a Blender model made in the 90s with the limitation of what was possible to do in computers all the time. Still ugly as fuck. My problem is that, again, it doesn't represent data. It looks like something that you could do in a workshop, in a wood shop, and it doesn't reach the intention. It doesn't reach the intention. Data is way differently handled and works differently now than it did back then. The computers mostly operate in 1 and 0s, but there's multiple languages and storage methods that didn't use 1s and 0s. Wait, for real? I thought it's all 1s and 0s. Thanks, Ellie, so much for the awesome time today. I had so much fun watching you read this Pokemon. Goodbye, Internet Mouse. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Why would a scientist make on purpose a Pokemon that looks like it glitched? Yeah, I'm not saying that it should look like missing number, but I'm saying that that's like a point of comparison of something that feels more like data. Alex, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. I think a slight mix-up happening here is that chat is describing him as data. He's not meant to be data itself, but a low polygon creature come to life. So he's more like a digital creature in the real world. That is slightly better than calling him data. It still looks like wood. I do agree that he looks like a wooden duck you would make in a woodshop class, so it fits both Ellie's description and a low polygon in my mind. It really does look like that. Alright, so Lord Helix. I don't know what the real name is. We're gonna call him Lord Helix. Leonard man, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Hi. Lord Helix is great. I think like it's fantastic. I think like he has that creature feeling, right? He has that feeling of like being a creature. He's supposed to be a fossil. He looks like a fossil. He looks like something that you find only after thousands of millions of years. Because that's what snails are. Because this is like not a snail, sorry. Shell, right? Like shells. Lord Helix? Is this not Lord Helix? He's just a little guy who will absorb your brain. He's just a little guy who lives inside of a shell. Lord Peace, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Hi. He looks like he lives inside of a shell. The shell looks like it's ancient, fossil-like. And the eyes being exactly where the shell hits not only works perfectly for like the design of it, like the aesthetics of it, but it also looks like logically it's close to the entryway so that it can quickly retract the eyes, which are one of the most vulnerable part of the body. So it's logical. Silhouette is a little bit simple. It leaves a little bit to be desired, and I don't like that it kind of looks like it has like this part right here. You can kind of read as Dr. Zoidberg's little mouth tentacles, you know? But it's overall, it's just like, it's a good design. It's a good design. Not the greatest of greatest, but like really solid. Like I have very little bad to say about that. Very little bad to say about that. A cephalopod! Exactly! A cephalopod, right? Now, we get to this guy, and I lose all my love. I lose all of my love. I don't like it at all. Why does it look like a star? So clearly like a star. I preferred the other vibe so much more than this like 5-pointed star. It's too simple. We came from something that looks so organic and so real to something that looks like a 5-pointed star drawn by a almost star. Yeah, sure, the name says star. The name could say something else if it had been designed differently. Where are the tentacles coming from? Where are the tentacles coming from? Why are the eyes not encased sort of in darkness like they were on the other one? Because like when you look at this, there's a shade here in the eyes that implies that they are coming from inside the shell. In this one, there is no shadow. There is no depth play. So like, it doesn't feel like it's inside of the shell. It looks like it's outside of the shell. Like, it looks like it's glued to the shell. The yellow also has very little contrast. The white has a fantastic contrast. The yellow doesn't have good contrast. I don't mind the spikes on the shell. It's like, sure, it's supposed to look like... It's supposed to look dangerous, threatening. It's an evolution, right? But the fact that they simplified all the tentacle shapes into a 5-pointed star makes it less threatening. And then they add random tentacles to make it more threatening. And it's like, where did they come from? Why? Why? I don't mind the mouth, officer, because the mouth, like, it's supposed to look kind of like creepier and more threatening than the previous one. So that's fine. But everything else, like, why are the eyes yellow when they make it clash with the shell a lot more? Why is there no depth play with a little bit of shadow so that it looks like it's coming from inside the shell? Why was the shape simplified to be a simple 5-pointed star instead of being tentacly? Why were the random tentacles added in the back? Again, with no, like, shadow play for the depth perception. Where are they coming from? I don't like this Pretty much at all. I think it's just a miss entirely. I think it's a miss. I'm realizing that Monster Girl versions of Amanite and Omastar would fit right into the Suckers for Love. Probably. There's so many Jitinkas out there that there's probably... No, he's lower. He's there. He's there. I'm gonna say it. You can evolve your Eevee into Ghost type by giving him a Stone Cold break. I don't like that implication. I do not like that implication. Maybe they designed it for the name, but I don't think it works. I don't think it's a good choice, you know? That's like the face is fully exposed, but it shouldn't look like that. It shouldn't. What if we make an ancient extinct creature a Pokemon evolves? What if we made an ancient extinct creature an elder thing? I don't think it matches. It's not glued to the shell. It looks like it's on the blue thing that is exposed. I don't think so. Because I don't think if it was on the blue thing, there would be depth differences between the body, the eyes on the shell, and the pixel art is entirely flat with no shadows. There are no shadows, therefore there is no indication of differences in depth. Therefore, it looks like it's above the shell. I hate that only makes me notice things that should have been obvious and somehow I never noticed in 20 years. That's what my fresh perspective is here for. That's why I'm here to give you a fresh perspective of this. Wasn't me. Who said that? Who said that? Who said the mouth thing? Oh, Logan! Yeah, I don't mind the mouth. The shadow, you might have misread it entirely on Lord Helix. No, I don't think so. It's a good sprite that has shadow play. Kabuto and Kabutops from the Dome Fossil Trilobite meets Horseshoe Crab. This does look like a horseshoe crab. So you're saying these two are a pair? It does look like a horseshoe crab. And this is one of those cases where... it's like... I don't have a lot to say in either direction. It's one of those neutral cases where it's like... the design is good. Silhouette is weak. The concept of it is great. The colors work. They don't clash, but they also don't complement each other. They just work. I like that clearly the eyes are these red lights inside, but the top has two dots that kind of look like eyes, because that's like evolutionary intelligent, that patterns would be on places that are less vulnerable, you know? Kabuto is much better designed than the silly spiral snail. I don't agree. I think there isn't much to say about this. I think that, again, what I was saying is like, I feel like the colors don't clash, but they don't complement each other. I feel like the silhouette is really, really weak. I feel like if I see this and I have no idea how it would look in movement. I don't know how it would look attacking. I don't know. Like, it's not nearly exciting at all. Like, it doesn't have any sense of excitement. It has a sense of, it makes sense, it's logical, it exists. There's a sense of mystery because its entire like body is in shadow and I only see the glowing red eyes, and I appreciate that mystery. But I don't really have much enticing me beyond that. You're wrong, there's everything to say about this. This is a design that you can't help but think about. I'm gonna correct you and say this is a design that you cannot help but think about. But in my perception, I'm seeing it and I'm like, yeah, that tracks. It does look like a horseshoe crab. And there is some mystery to it. but I'm not enticed enough to care about it. I'm not enticed enough to care about the mystery. I just, like, I would grab it for completion's sake, but I wouldn't be thinking about him. It wouldn't occupy my mind at all. This thing that Pokemon always fascinated me. I'm sorry, this is my hot take. I don't think it's super special. I think it's like, yeah, that's good. Not much more to say. His evolution is much cooler. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. The yellow part of the legs, if needed for ground. Yeah, I get that, but I cannot, like, I cannot even imagine moving. And that's kind of like a problem with, like, my excitement. It wouldn't occupy my mind at all. We'll see what you have to say after it latches into your head. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, now we're talking. What did I say about scythe arms? I said it in this very episode, so you know what I feel about those. I will say the head, I don't like. I don't like the head. It looks a little bit too flat for me. But I love that the legs are so monster. The legs are so like creature. I love those legs with the 2 claw fingers. I love that it looks like it's exoskeleton-ish. Like it looks like it's not that easy to get into. It looks like it has plates of armor all around the body. I think it's great. Since it's below the carapace, I really think it's a fantastic design, except I really don't like how flat the head looks. And I'm gonna say this, his head looks like a media luna or a croissant. I don't like that. I wish the head looked like less flat. I wish the head was designed in a different manner, that it looks a little bit more three-dimensional and not like someone grabbed a media luna and flattened it with a rolling pin. Because that's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. It's good, but not Kabuto tier. It's good, but not Scyther tier. I know, Crumpets, you said you like this one more than Scyther. I like Scyther more, for sure. Pretty sure it's based on a horseshoe crab, plus it's just good looking. I like it. I like it too, I just wish the head was different. It's to swim faster? I don't care. It makes sense! It makes sense! But it's just like, it looks stupid. Carapace, like the name Karen and the word peace. No, because I said carapace. I don't even know how I said it before. I don't know how I said it before, but you guys said that I was saying it wrong. Alright, so Dragon Dino. Carpus. Yeah, Carpus. That feels better. Carpus. Aerodactyl. So he's clearly supposed to be a dinosaur, right? Like, he's clearly supposed to be a dinosaur, but because that's what he's given. Silhouette is great. Color palette is great. Concept is fantastic. I do wish, like, here's something that works at a detriment of it. Carapace. Carapace, like a therapist? Does it rhyme with therapist? Carapace? Pterosaur is not a dinosaur. Fair is meant to look more aerodynamic. Its sides are where the eyes are located, so there's a bit of a slope, but it's its shell, where normally it's above the shell, where normally these creatures have them below the shell. So maybe if the eyes looked like they are under, it would look a bit more three-dimensional. It would look less flat. Yes, like therapist, carapace. Okay. He's clearly based on a pterodactyl. Yes. He's clearly supposed to be like a dino dragon bat thing. Dino dragon. So my problem with this, I love everything about it. Design-wise, like concept works very well. Color palette works very well. he has the angry eyes, which makes him look threatening. He has the pointy tail, the pointy claws. He has the teeth. Like, the shape of the head is great. He has the horns. Silhouette, great. I already said all of that. My only problem with this is that the head is too big. By making the head that big, I look at this and I cannot stop thinking of a bobblehead figure. You know, a bobblehead figure. And like, to be honest, that may seem less threatening. You have all of this design that is cohesively being like badass and cool and dangerous. And then the head is too big. If the head was smaller, it's goofy ass head. Yeah, pretty much. Like, it just needs to be a tiny bit smaller. It's supposed to be a tiny bit smaller. You must be used at this point and guess for us if this Pokemon is or not a dragon type Pokemon. I'm guessing it's not based on you asking me. He's trying to eat you, but he looks stupid. They removed the mosquito after Gen 1. They are all part rock type because the process contaminated the genetic material. Huh? Mosquito? What? Oh, wait. Fun fact, all fossil Pokemon in the first half of the generations were part rock type because the process was inspired by Jurassic Park. Heck, Aerodactyl even is from a mosquito in amber. They removed the mosquito part after Gen 1. They are all part rock type because the process contaminated the genetic material. Okay, that makes sense. He has the lower mandible bigger than the higher mandible. Oh, you're right. So that also messes up with the head. Ooh. I don't like that. I don't mind the size of the head. It's just that it's too chunky. If it was slimmer or more sharp, it would be better. So we're all in agreement that the head is where the problem comes. Like, mandible could be shorter. The lower mandible could and should be shorter. It could be more pointed. It could be more slim. It could be like the head in general could be smaller. So basically, it needs a couple of tinkers. And it would be perfect. If you tinkered with it a little bit, it would be perfect. Looking at this and this and this, I think I'm gonna put this one a little bit more down because I think it doesn't match up with the rest of this. So I'm downgrading Lord Helix. A little bit, just a little bit. Snorlax. Snorlax is too iconic to say anything bad about him, right? He's way too iconic to say anything bad about it. He's like a big bear. He just wants to sleep. Like, it's a very recognizable design. It's a very iconic design. Did you read the eye color change? Yeah, but I don't know how it would impact my decision making. The sleeping bear. Don't you disrespect my spirit, but I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not disrespecting him. Here's the thing. He's iconic. And I don't know if he's iconic just because of the, I don't know if he's iconic just because of the role that he has on the anime, the memes, whatever. Snorlax sprite history is a hilarious meme. Yeah, I know the memes. It's just like... They make him stand up in recent games. What an injustice, bro. What an injustice! Totally, if you want to see the color change. Really quickly, though. Oh, I don't think it works as well as the other one. I think the other color worked better. I can say something bad about it. His face looks like Brock. Hold on, that's a compliment. Crap! I think he's like a very iconic design. I think the silhouette is recognizable. I think it's like, it looks like bear, but clearly not a bear. It's a fantastical version of a bear. The fact that it's like always sleeping and he's huge is very mythological creature-like. He has the big claws, so you know if he wanted to, he would fuck you up. But like he's not gonna, because he's just sleeping. He just wants to sleep. I think there isn't much to say about this Pokemon other than like he's a good design. He's a good design. I think I'm gonna put it up there. He's not gonna go on the top tier just because he doesn't feel like it's needing that last bit of zhoosh to be really special. Just the last little little zhoosh, you know? Would you sleep on his belly? Sure, why not? Is that a problem? Would he attack me? He looks like he would appreciate the cuddles, honestly. I really like that in one special attack, he literally stands up and rushes the opponent. That would be freaking terrifying, bro. Wow, that would be scary. Vorador, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Check the exclusive Snorlax move. It's very short. Sure. Not against the Magikarp. Poor Magikarp, bro. Okay, I'm watching a video. It's supposed to be very short, but nothing is happening. I'm getting impatient. Oh, I hate that. Huh? Huh? Okay, Snorlax is laying down. His eyes went red like the meme. Then he stood up and he started rushing the poor Magikarp who had no choice. Now he's jumping in the air and he's literally flattening that fish with his ass. Lost opportunity. It should have been with his belly. It should have been with its belly. Lost opportunity, bro. Yep. Lost opportunity. Only being able to be woken up by a special magical flute is also very fairy tale-like. Yeah, it's very like mythological style. I like it. Hold on, let's have her figure out. Figure out what? So Articuno. Bird. I like it. I like the bird. First of all, blue. So, you already know that I'm giving you points for that. Although, I'm gonna take some points away for the lack of contrast. You've heard me say this the entire stream and some other times as well. But, like, the legs are supposed to be a different color. The legs should be a little bit darker. The flap should be a little bit wider. The beak should be a little bit darker. Overall, I just want the colors to be a bit more separated so that you can get a better read immediately of what is going on. But I love the long tail. The long, flowing, luscious tail. I really, really like that design element. I'm not the biggest fan of the forehead feathers. I feel like they could be as like the same kind of design element as this. To make it work in tandem, this with that, I feel like it would look better. Even if it was like this fluff. But this just don't match the same language as this or even this. Like there's a shit ton of different shapes going on without no consistency. I feel like we could make it more consistent, you know? It's an ice bird. It sounds like an ice bird. He was the best of all legendary birds. I have to believe you. It could be mythological. It could also be holy fuck, stop making this horrible noise. Even if you play well though. They're grayish, yeah, but they lack contrast. Colors are not that good on this sprite. Also, somehow it looks like a derpy face in the sprite. That can happen very easily with birds. 55 minutes left, going to sleep. Good night. Good night, Richard. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and that you sleep very well and feel well rested in the morning. Thank you for being here. I think it looks even more pretty and majestic in other sprites. I see the concept. I just wish tail and forehead feathers are the same color. I'm not saying color, I'm saying shape language. Kanto birds are decent. I'm not a fan of most legendary designs, but the birds are nice. Galarian variants also look pretty sick. If anything, it's a little goofy in this one, but it might be just my nostalgia vision. I will say he was the worst bird for battles. Zapdos was the best. Moltres was the worst. Charizard was a worst Charizard. In the usual art, the beak and the feet are browner. I don't want them to be browner. I like that they are like a blue tinted gray. But I want it to be a darker gray. Yeah, that doesn't help. The art doesn't help. Lydia, because that is still a very difficult, different shape language. Ice type is just a bad type in general. I'm not judging them by effectiveness though. I think this is like close to perfect. It just needs 3 changes. 3 changes and it would be perfect. You know what I mean? Just 3. Wait, Ellie, wait, what? I like the little word game with their names. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. How is Snorlax not best tier? Cause it's I said it before, like it needs a little zhuzh. It needs a little something. Like it's a great design, but it's missing that specialness. It's missing a sense of something that will push it over the edge. I think Articuno was definitely the most popular with the kids in my class. He is majestic looking. I just wish he was a little bit different. Now, when it comes to this one, it has sort of the same problem with the color palette, where I want it to be a little bit more contrasty. Like, I push it a little bit more. You know? Push it a little bit more. Don't spoil it, guys. We needed to see if she figured it out. I probably wouldn't have. Or I probably would have remembered the meme later. Because I know that there are memes about it. The names are inspired in Spanish numbers 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. The sleepiness, the fatness, those are not, like, enough to make it be... Like, it's missing some specialness. I said it already, but Snorlax is based on a person. But that makes it creepy, so let's not think about it. Yellow is a bit oversaturated here. Yeah, it's the color palette that needs more work. Like, the color palette just needs a little bit tinkering. Just a little bit of tinkering. You know? I think I know what they're waiting for her to notice. They said it already. They said that they were waiting for me to notice that it's uno, dos, and tres in Spanish. So... yeah. Everything works well in this design. It works well because it looks like electricity. It's supposed to be electricity, right? Like, it looks electric. It's sharp and jagged, like electricity normally tends to be depicted. And it has the big talons, the big claws, the long-ass beak, which is terrifying. Like, imagine that trying to poke at you. Ugh. And then the eyes look very scary because they are angry and they don't have a big pupil. It's very well outlined as well, so your eye goes directly to his face. I think shape-wise, silhouette-wise, it's perfect. But the color palette just needs a tiny bit of work. Just a tiny bit of work. I'm gonna put him right next to Articuno because they are matched in quality. However, here's where someone might get mad at me. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. It doesn't match up to the other ones. It kind of does, but something is wrong. Something is wrong. Either the position should be better, so that he looks more majestic and less derpy, or that I could see the tail better. Maybe the shape is not working that well with the... Like, the shape kind of looks like a drumstick. Like, if I grab it by the neck, I could jump on the bottom part of the body. Like, it's something is just not there. The claws should be open so that you can see them being, like, threatening, and, like, you could see the talons, sharp talons. The beak could be pointier. I love the concept of the fire wings. You know, like, I love the concept of the fire wings. I love the concept of the fire mohawk. Although I wouldn't make it a mohawk. That's kind of weak. But something is wrong with the drawing, with the sprite, with, again, the yellow is way too saturated. Like, something is wrong. Great concept. The execution needed a little bit more attempts, a little bit more sketches, you know? I'm thinking of something you will have the ability to notice in the next design. Will I, though? Will I? Moltres, Mol from Molten, which actually means liquid. That bugs me a little. It's not melted anything, it's just fire. Yeah, it's fire. No perturbes la armonía del fuego, el hielo y el rayo. No sean que estos titanes siembren la destrucción sobre el mundo en el que choquen. Se viene el gran guardián del agua. Surgirá por sofocar la ola, la lucha. Su canción a solas fracasará y así la tierra en cenizas se convertirá. Oh, elegido en tus manos los tres ha de juntar sus tesoros combinados de la bestia de los mares han de domar. Is that like a prophecy in the anime or something? For the most part, when you do Gen 8, you will see Galarian version of the birds, and they are basically the evolution of the designs. Moltres is the best design. It really grows on you when you notice it's a rubber chicken that happens to be on fire. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It is a rubber chicken that's on fire. Yeah. It's just a rubber chicken on fire, yeah. It's either meant to be Phoenix inspired, and like, it's almost there. It's almost there. Somehow Moltres looks like a naked turkey while the others look fine. Yeah, it's almost there, but it's just a little bit off. It's a little bit off. Weird thing for me, I love the two movies that had the bird trio in it, but I didn't like them in the game. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, because they're different mediums. They can be handled extremely differently. I don't like that Charizard is superior to a legendary Pokemon. I'm not talking about the stats, though. I'm not talking about the stats. It's not a Mohawk, it's just a flame that goes backwards because it's moving forward. It looks like a Mohawk, I'm calling it a Mohawk. The beak is more sharp on the newest artwork. It's not that short and round. So you are agreeing. It's short and round. It's short and round. So based on everything that I've said, I'm gonna put it definitely lower than the other two. And I want to reward the concept being good because the concept is really good. But it needs so much work sprite-wise. Sprite-wise, it just needs more work, bro. And now we're gonna go for right 2 of the lightning round. Wait, give me a sec. This is gonna be fast. These 2 are gonna be fast. Look at it, bro! Look at it! It's fucking adorable! It is incredibly cute! Listen, it's adorable lavender, okay? Color, amazing. A cute lavender. It looks like it would smell like flowers. And the cream color of the belly matches so perfectly with that lavender color. And he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He has these big shiny eyes that are so clearly full of love. It's so full of love. And the ears, flaps thingies, they just add to the silhouette, and they add to the fact that if you looked at it, you could grab it behind the ears and go like, oh, you little cute little thingy, and then you kiss its forehead. The forehead, which has a little gem on it. I love it so much. I love it so much. It even has a little round snout. What is there not to love? They fucked up the color. It's supposed to be baby blue and white, just like this. Is it supposed to be the same color? Because regardless, it's still going on S tier. Like, regardless, it is going on S tier, okay? It's a horn, not a gem. But it doesn't look like it has any amount of shape or size. Ellie once again showing bias towards the snake-like body types. I'm showing bias towards the adorable face, bro. I love Dragonair so much, then I allowed it to evolve just once. Exactly, same. Even worse, shinies were invented in Gen 2, meaning that Gen 1 and 2 shinies are god-awful. Dratini and Dragonair algorithmically ended up being pink and beautiful. I love the idea of pink and beautiful. Dratini and Dragonair have different blues. They are cute. Dratini and Dragonair are that cute baby that was adorable. Then she becomes a beautiful teenager, but then they discover McDonald will become Dragonite. I fucking love this. And again, I will do the same speech. Look at this, bro. Oh my god, look at it. It's beautiful. It's majestic. Look at the shape. Look at the way that the tail, like the body tail. It's a tail for me. Look at the way the snake sort of anatomy was drawn. The way that it has like empty space over here for the silhouette makes the silhouette fantastic. Look at the gems. She's just like me for real, for real. She also has a gem on her choke arrow all times. And it's a beautiful blue gem. And then the ears, they have now become even more majestic and more beautiful because they look kind of like wings. And the horn is a cute little horn. It could use to defend itself, or it could just be an adornment in the face. And the snout has become even rounder and cuter. And the shiny eyes are so much full of love. So full of love. Like, bro. Anyways, having said that, both of these are top tier. You cannot convince me otherwise. And unfortunately, here's where I had to ask what the fuck happened. Like, what the fuck happened? Because here's the thing. It works as its own design. It's a really good design. But I have to remove points because it's not at all similar to the other ones. The other ones had no indication of having wings. The other ones had no indication of having that antenna eyebrow thing. The other ones had no indication they would ever grow legs or arms. The other ones have no orange at all. So like, where is this coming from? I insist, as its own thing? As its own thing, it would work. Because it's just a standard dragon. Dragonair had wings for ears? Yeah, for ears! Not in its back! Come on, bro! Like, According to the green beta, Dragonite was not meant to be an evolution of those two. They just stacked it on midway through development. Okay, see? That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I like the concept. I like the silhouette, I like the shape, I like the colors. They work well. The teal works great with that orange. I like that he looks friendly and round, but he also has that little edge of danger by having the horn and the claws in both his hands and his feet. I love that his feet look like they are powerful enough to balance the top of the body. And the fact that the top of the body has the wings also helps in that balance, even though the arms are really short. I really like the tail length. The tail length is perfect, and the shape of the length, the shape of the tail is also perfect. I love the friendly shape, the friendly eyes, the friendly mouth. I love the scale pattern in the belly area. It just doesn't work as an evolution, bro. It just doesn't work as an evolution. It's not an evolution of those other two. What would you think of that theory? That people speculate this was a Magikarp evolution and Gyarados was a Dragonair evolution? I don't think it works for the Gyarados being Dragonair's evolution because the vibe is so entirely different, and because the Gyarados has that mythological thing that it's tied to, and it makes sense. But these being tied to Magikarp, I could see it. I could see it. Who wants an obese and goofy dragon? I would. I just have to remove points because of the evolution thing. It's hard to believe this thing can fly. It's also hard to believe that bees can fly. I don't know the whole meme, but you know what I'm talking about. Dragonite is the only dragon type that the Dragon Master has in his team. That's ridiculous. If you have a Dragon Master, he should have every single creature being a dragon type, honestly. It's taller than Charizard too. I mean, the wings should be a little bit bigger. Goodbye, Rodrigo. Adiós. Espero que tengas una buena noche. Que descanses bien. Waiting for Ali to catch up with the chat. I'm pretty caught up. The Dragon Master has a Charizard, a Gyarados, an Aerodactyl, and 3 Dragonites. So all of them look like dragons, but types are very stupid when it comes to dragon types. Yeah. It's funny that the Pokemon games went into the direction of gym leaders only having Pokemon of the gym type, where in Gen 1 half the teams of gym leaders and Elite Four especially are random. I think it makes more sense to have them be the team of the type, because it makes it more fun to me. Dragonite Line is the only dragon type in the game? That's so stupid! No way, that's so stupid. That's the problem, Ellie. He has every dragon type in his team. This is the only one. That's so stupid, bro. So dumb. I'm gonna put him in the second tier because, again, I feel like his design works incredibly well. If only it wasn't in the evolution line that it is. It works so well, but not as a continuation of what we had. And now, the last two. Can you guys guess what my verdict is going to be? Especially about Mew. We know it's stupid. Good. Wait, really? I knew there weren't a lot, but I never, like, counted or anything. Officer, you're discovering exactly at the same time than me that it's so stupid. The Ghost Elite 4 trainer also only had 3 to work with. That's sad. Kinda agree with you. I just think it's interesting. It is interesting. I think it makes it more fun if the trainers have only the type that they represent. Dumb thing, Mewtwo is number 150 and Mew is 151, but Mewtwo is the clone of Mew. I don't think it's dumb depending on how you paint it on the lore, personally. You prefer Mewtwo over Mew? Nope. Not really. How do you reconcile that, Ellie? I think it can make sense lore-wise. Mewtwo, super clone of the cat fetus. Mew was supposed to be a fetus. I think you told me this, and I think you showed me art about it. However, I don't care, because I'm judging them based on the designs. And I think people are gonna be disappointed on my opinions on Mewtwo, because I don't like Mewtwo. I said it! I said it, okay? I don't like Mewtwo. I love the silhouette. I love the silhouette. If you just paint the entire body black and leave just the silhouette, I'm like, wow, that's a great Pokemon. But then you reveal the details of how the body is designed, and just several things start popping up that I don't want it. So, first of all, he makes me think of that one meme where a girl is looking at a guy because he has really big pecs. Like, you know, like a girl looking at his big titties. He makes me think of that. Why does he have Rock the Dwayne Johnson pecs? I don't like it. I don't like the tail going like, is that a tail? Is that a crotch? Is that a stomach? Is that a tail? A crotch or a stomach? It's all three. And that makes me uncomfortable. And I don't like that whatsoever. I don't like it. It's pretty iconic, but it's also pretty uncomfortable. I don't think the face features are balanced. Rock the Dwayne Johnson Elite? Yeah, that guy. You can't see it here, but Mewtwo has a carrying handle on the back of his head. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, Oh, this thing? Oh, what the fuck is going on here? That's actually better, though. That's actually better than the pecs. If it's like an armor thing. Okay. That's actually kind of better. He has 3 titties, not 2. Okay. It's kind of like armor. I don't know. I don't like him. He's kind of iconic, so I cannot put him too low. But, bro... It does look like a mutant, no? I don't know. I don't know if he looks like a mutant, or if I know that he's a clone that mutated wrong. Because I already know that information so instinctively that it's kind of hard to... it's kind of hard to judge if it looks like it. I think the facial proportions are kind of odd. I think the eyes should be higher. Possibly closer, but I'm not sure until I see it. I think the rest is fine, but I think the stupid handle in the back of the head is a big no. It's like it has its good things, but it also has its bad things. I'm gonna test it out. Does it feel correct here amongst these ones? No, it does not. It feels weaker than these designs. Gonna lower him. Does he feel about that quality? Does he feel about this quality? Oh god, I feel like he belongs here. Oh god, I feel like he belongs here. I think he fits better here. No, he's better than the fucking carton of eggs that someone dropped on the floor and the sphere. The Pokeball. He's better than the Pokeball and the carton of eggs. He's gonna stay there. Middle of the road. Middle of the road. Oh god. Let's look at the chat. She's been promising hot takes since the first stream, and here we finally are in the last 5 minutes. I don't even know if it is a hot take. I feel like it is, though. I feel like it's so iconic. People are bound to be mad at me for this. Mewtwo is that villain from Dragon Ball. He does look like the villain from Dragon Ball. Does anyone remember how she ranked Deoxys? I don't. Who is that? In the anime they made Gary Mother effing Oak. So much better than Ash. They literally had to cheat by giving Giovanni armored Mewtwo as part of his gym battle just to give Gary an L. That meant nothing. That entire sentence meant nothing to me. It's funny because in lore, Mew is meant to be the clone father of Mewtwo, but in real life it was actually Mew that took a simplified Mewtwo's design. Oh, really? Interesting. You can see it here, but Mewtwo has a carrying handle. I read that. Did you know that there is a meme on Twitter from a real interaction that a guy jokes reacting to a woman posting a photo of herself saying, "I like women built like Mewtwo because that woman's legs." Oh, like Mewtwo does have thick thighs. He does have thick thighs, and I don't like that because they make me think of chicken thighs, and it's not what we should be thinking of. I think so. I really want to know what were the scientists smoking when they were like, yeah, this looks like Mew. You can kind of see, sort of, the resemblance. Okay, Ellie, if you're doing that, you have to do a fast review of all if they belong to their own tier. What? What are you talking about? Strongest man of his time, and you nearly put him under the rubber chicken, which is weird because Giovanni's gym is supposed to be the ground up. So I almost put him under the rubber chicken, and that was wrong of me, but I fixed it. And that's what matters. And Mew, bro, just look at it. Oh my fucking god, baby, pink, blue eyes, round big eyes, full of love. Look at the little arms. Look at those little arms. And the beautiful, like, I don't even know how to describe that tail shape. And the feet, like the rabbit's feet. Cute, adorable. And the little ears. Oh my god, the little ears. Do I need to explain? Silhouette is great, color palette is great, shapes all around are fantastic, and he's just a little pie, a little baby, and he's so adorable. Top tier. There was never a doubt in my mind that Mew is top tier. Like, it's top tier. And with that, we've done all of them! I knew that I could finish today! Yay! Mewtwo was rad in Smash Bros. I forget that Smash Bros has Pokemon. Mewtwo was created as the ultimate weapon. Guess what? He was too powerful to control and killed his creators. And for some reason, he became a girl 20 years later. What the fuck do you mean he became a girl 20 years later? What? Pokemon can become humans? Are you giving me more existential horror? Why? Huh? Deoxys was in the very nice tier. I don't even remember who that is. You're getting away with it because I think half your audience is either too young to care about Mewtwo or too old to have a strong emotional reaction over this. And that's a good thing to get away with. Everyone wanted Mew. I certainly do. Look at him. He has clown feet. Even rabbits don't have that long feet in comparison, but I love it. Yeah, but it's like the long rabbit foot. Ahora revisa que cada uno está donde corresponde. That's easy because it's just taking a cursory look and seeing if anything feels out of place, you know? Perfect tier looks very much in place. The only thing is I would maybe move the ones that are lesser to the back. Like, clearly the rest are better than these guys. I'm gonna move you here. And I'm gonna put all of my absolute favorites at the top. I think it would be this. Well, I'm not gonna get too obsessed over categorizing what I like more and less. I'm gonna clamp all of the evolutions. I'm gonna put you on the Majestics side. I'm gonna put you in the... These are just really good designs, bro. Side. Adorable little babies that I would like to have, but not as much as those adorable little babies. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This feels correct as well. The thing is that I don't need to do this because I've been doing it every time, you know? Every time that I added something, it would be like I would see it in comparison. So I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna trust what I had. I'm gonna trust what I had. Funny thing, Mew has something else in common with you. It learns transform like Ditto does. So it also can shapeshift? How many streams did it take in total? Too many. No! I don't know, too many. Congrats on another long game finish. It did kind of feel like a long game, right? Ya que comparaste Mewtwo y dijiste, no, esto no puede estar aquí con estos otros. Pero eso es algo que vine haciendo cada vez que ponía a un Pokémon en el tier. Entonces no tiene sentido hacerlo al final. Porque es lo que vengo haciendo cada vez que como pongo uno. Some Pokemon and former humans. Yeah, and I don't like thinking about it. 20 years ago, Mewtwo has a lady VA. Oh, that's what you mean. That's what you mean. Star Baker, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. So was Mew under the truck or not? Under the delivery? Under the shipment? Under the... I'm gonna post this later on my Blue Sky, on the Discord, stuff like that. But this is the finished tier list. Take one last look at it if you want. And I'm gonna post it later. Let's go to the wrap-up. I cannot believe we finally finished. Yes, I can. I knew that we were finishing. I knew that I could finish today. I was so certain. So certain. So Mew was under the shipment, under the truck, under the vehicle, under the... I don't know what you're saying. Mew is believed to be the ancestor of all Pokemon. That's why they were trying to clone it. It can learn every move. That's why the failed clones, Dittos, can transform. Is it ever confirmed? Because I don't like the idea of every single Pokemon coming from one Pokemon. I don't like it. Finally, we only needed to hold your pals at gunpoint for you to finish the stream that other people may finish in a single stream. But other people are not going into the reasons why each design is tier the way it is, right? Right? To get Mew could cost you a plane ticket depending on where you lived in Gen 1 days. Was it geographically locked? Because that's bullshit. Bullshit. You did it! You got them all! I had to cheat by going 30 minutes over, but you did it! Yeah, but I also went 30 minutes over in other streams. This is not the first time I go 30 minutes over tier ranking. How are the broken eggs better than a baby horsey? Because the baby horsey had a lot of mistakes, and it's also just a baby horsey. Like, it's lacking originality. It's lacking specialty. Mew's a shapeshifter. That's really cool of it. Does Mew enjoy the mines, I wonder? I don't want to put him in the mines. He's a baby. He's just a baby. You check the correct blue of Darchini? Yeah, okay, that still makes it to top tier. That still most definitely makes it to top tier, bro. Absolutely. Do you not remember the rumors on how to get Mew in the game? No! You expect me to remember stuff? Too many things going on in this head. Too many things. Well, look at the time you took more time this stream to finish. It's not the first tier ranking stream that goes half an hour over. Back in the day, there was a rumor that you could find Mew under a very hard to get truck. Huh? Wait, what? No. What? Did you guys tell me that? There was an old urban legend that Mew was hiding under this one-off sprite of a truck that you couldn't reach. What? Oh, I don't think I've ever heard this. There were many fake but popular theories on how to get event-exclusive Pokemon like Mew and Celebi. I never heard this, for sure. As you can imagine, there were a million stories on how to reach it. I would imagine the internet did its thing, and there were a lot of unfounded statements. The origin in Pokemon changed like a lot from Gen 1 to now. Now Arceus is a Pokemon that is basically God and created only a few Pokemon. And one of those creations, when Earth was created, Mew was created after. And then Mew created the rest of the Pokemon. I don't like that either. I don't like either. They give reasons, simple, direct to the point, and quick reasons. Rank the Pokemon and move on. I also feel like my reasons are simple and direct, bro. On those, wait. In addition to going over, you also cheated. You skipping a lot of the chat. I want to only read the chat that I'm gonna answer to out loud. Because I spend so long repeating kind of the same things over and over when I'm responding with the same thing to several messages. Now I managed to read most of it inside my head, like inside voice, and then only read out loud things that I thought were relevant. Ditto being failed clones is a theory that I fully believe in because it makes too much sense to not be true, but the fact that it contains genetic materials of all Pokemon is canon. I do like the idea of Ditto being a clone because it makes sense that a creature that overpowered in a way, like I know it's not overpowered in the game mechanics, don't come at me. It's a creature that can mimic every other creature on the planet. For ostensibly no cost. Something like that sounds like man-made hybrid. And that fits well. That fits well. It's very so fine you have to look at it via microscope. What, the Mew? Logan, you sent a coffee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go read it. I'm gonna go check. How do I catch the cute pink snake Pokemon on the right side of the screen? I keep throwing Oshi balls. It's not working. I'm sorry to say you cannot trap me. I'm a free, independent lamia who will not be restrained. She will, however, probably be tempted to show up at your house if you have one of her favorite cakes. Yeah. Or some nice hardcover books as bait, possibly. Maybe some adorable plushies. There's probably a few weaknesses in there. There's probably some weaknesses. That was the mid-90s. Most people didn't have the internet in their homes yet. How were the rumors spreading? Pokemon is like Sonic at this point. You don't know what to believe anymore. I never know what to believe. I'm so outside of the Pokemon bubble and culture. You could say literally anything and I would have no frame of reference. In the generation that created Arceus, the god of Pokemon, Mew's Pokédex entry is, because he can use all kind of moves, many scientists believe Mew to be the ancestor of Pokemon. I like that it's not confirmed, because I don't like it. Ah yes, the viral 1997 internet culture. Well, excuse me for not knowing. Excuse me. Arceus created Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina that are space-time and other dimensions. They created space-time and other dimensions, and planets and stars had children at Rayquaza, Kyogre, Gudon, and these three created water, ground, and air in Earth. I don't like that. I don't vibe with that. Oh yeah, it's also possibly from Argentina. What the fuck? What is also possibly from Argentina? Mew? Mew? Mew is somewhere in there after the creation of Earth creating the Pokemon. That's just so religious to me. It was discovered in South America? What, Mew? Wait, what? For real? The detail theory is too good for Pokemon to use, since every single official Pokemon lore sucks ass, and this comes out of a this comes from an old-time Pokemon fan. I think it's a really good theory, though. I like it a lot. That's blatantly force. You're easily trapped frequently by yourself. Oh yeah, trapping myself is a different story. Trapping myself is a very different story. What are your favorite cakes again? So, it's so hard to explain. Like, vanilla with dulce de leche and buttercream is definitely one of them. But also strawberry, but not any strawberry. One that has, like, it has like a jello kind of thing at the top. That is like, it's strawberries, but they also are coated with like a jello thing. And they have cream at the edges. A lot of people put coconut on the edges in that one. But I personally am not a fan of grated coconut. So I can eat it, but I prefer it without the coconut. But some people put cream instead. I love apple crumble as well. And Rogel. I love Rogel, which is probably something that a lot of people haven't ever seen. Because it's like hojaldre. What's the name of hojaldre in English? I swear I know these words. I swear I know them. I don't know why my brain is so slow today at remembering specific vocabulary. But it's like basically... I'm gonna look for it. I can't. I cannot handle this. Puff pastry. So it's like, it's basically a cake that is made of a lot of layers. I'm talking about Rogel. Rogel is like a... Let me Google it. To see if I'm saying the right names. Oh, no, it's not. I don't like Rogel. I like... Milhojas. Which is... very similar in structure, but with puff pastry. It's puff pastry, dulce de leche, more puff pastry, more dulce de leche, more puff pastry, more dulce de leche. And you keep stacking that until you feel satisfied, basically. And it's really tasty because, like, of course, it's puff pastry and dulce de leche. Some people do it with cream as well. So, wonderful. I guess you could do the same with any sort of sweetened thing. You could do it with, like, cream and strawberries, which sounds delicious. What else? What else are my favorite cakes? Those are my favorite cakes for sure. Like, strawberry apple crumble, milhojas, and... like, straight up vanilla with dulce de leche and buttermilk. Buttermilk? Buttercream. Vanilla buttercream. And also chocotorta, which is, again, something that you guys just wouldn't... It's such an Argentinian thing. I'm sorry. Chocotorta has no other explanation. And then cheesecake? Maybe. Depending on how it's done. Because some cheesecakes have, like, red berries on top. And then some cheesecakes have, like... In this country, there are some cheesecakes that have, like, an added dulce de leche or cookie and cream sort of thing. I love those. Oh, red velvet! Love red velvet as well. But only if the cream is not made with lemon. Because a lot of people put lemon in it. Same with carrot cake. Sometimes I can eat carrot cake. Sometimes it has some sort of lemon infused in part of the preparation. So, you know. Isn't velvet a chatter? Not red velvet. You're thinking of velvet bun. Sorry, that was a tangent. Where was I? Where was I? Adorable plushies. I just got another addition to my VTuber plushie army today. It grows stronger every week. Congratulations. I think everyone would be happier with a plushie army. It is confirmed from the terabyte of leaked data. No fucking way! Mew is Argentinian. That's one of those mysteries. Somehow things spread like wildfire. I guess there were just that many kids swapping between schools. It still sounds really weird that it would make it that far away without internet, though. Wait, if there's no internet, how do rumors spread? Well, I assume without internet, they would remain kind of local. When they said about Mew, it was in Argentina, South America, back in Gen 1, when only Kanto and South America were the only regions known. Is that... Are you shitting me? Are you for real? In Gen 1, the world of Pokemon was literally just Kanto and Argentina? You gotta be joking. That's hilarious. That is fucking funny. Mew is also said to possess the genetic composition of all Pokemon. It is capable of making itself invisible at will, so it entirely avoids notice even if it approaches people. Huh. It's capable of making itself invisible. That's like an extra unneeded OP power. In the radio drama The Birth of Mewtwo, South America is mentioned in relation to Team Rocket's long search for Mew, which leads to a discovery of a fossil of Mew's eyebrow. While the English translation spells the location as Guayana, the Japanese text actually spells Guyana, which could refer to any of the surviving 3 countries in South America that were once named Guyana. Well, but that's not Argentina. Guyana, like, the Guayanas are not my country. I don't live in the Guayanas. Taking notes for your birthday? If you wanna get yourself a cake and celebrate at the same time as I am eating my cake, that would be a neat way of celebrating. People call me crazy, but I'm not the one ruining all the pies and chocolates. What do you mean ruining, bro? I love cheesecake and that sounds wonderful. Yeah, cheesecake with like dulce de leche and cookies and cream is, oh, great. All right, we need to play Puyo Puyo Tetris again. Yeah, I'm considering the next member stream for next week. I don't know if I want to do Puyo Puyo. I don't know if I want to do Rotwood. I don't know if I want to do like start the core keeper. I don't know if I want to do like a chill hand cam with the puzzles that I showed you the other day. I don't know. Chocotorta looks amazing. Chocotorta is amazing. It's the stupidest, simplest, most like low effort cake ever. But it's like, it just doesn't fail. It just doesn't fail. You know what? Fuck it. I'm thinking of stuff. Come to think of it, I've never seen Ellie and Mew in the same room together. Don't think about it too hard. You hear me? Don't think about it too hard. Canto and South America were the only confirmed. It's not in Argentina. From the map in the movie, I thought it was Argentina. No, the Guayanas are different countries. Argentina? Me getting a cake? No, Ellie, I wanted to get you a cake, but you can't. We live in different countries. So now that we finish Pokemon rating, the next week's slot is Gardeck, right? Oh, it could be members Gardeck. You know what? I'm gonna put it in your hands. I'm gonna do what's only like the logical thing to do. And I'm gonna put it on your hands. What is the member stream of next week? Fuck it. You guys decide. I'm gonna make a poll later. Did it censor my rant against coconut shavings? I think so. I think so. Corekeeper needs to be public. But we're not gonna have enough space. Because I think the max is like 8 people. Don't worry, I never do. Good, one of mine. Ellie's cuter than Mew, though. I appreciate that. But Mew's cuter, for sure. Mine, cool. Gardeck it is, then. I'll make it vote. Add Palworld to the poll. What about Palworld? How many times do I have to say this, guys? One day you'll actually understand the words. I don't want to play multiplayer Palworld until I feel like I finished my solo run. Guys, I've said this before. Name another person joining Core Keeper with you other than Officer and Retouch. I know that there's several people that have it. I'm pretty sure there's several people that have it. At the end, mean multiplayer? Oh, well, Palworld is going to be... It's on this week's schedule. Like it's right. It's happening this Thursday. Core Keeper's intended maximum is 8. There's something about dedicated servers allowing more, but I wouldn't know how to do that. I have tried several times to run a dedicated server, and I have never managed to make it work. For starters, there's that. And then the other thing is that Core Keeper, I don't trust that it can handle more people. Because even through all of the optimizations and everything, it still kind of lags a lot when there's too many light sources. We want to play Palworld with you before we are old and gray, Ellie. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to play Palworld multiplayer until I feel like I'm done with my own solo experience. I just don't. Why does being in another country mean that I cannot get you a cake, by the way? Because how would you? The logistics are not logisticking. I don't understand. Me no understand. Me as tall as many grains of rice. Me as tall as many grains of rice. Me no understand. I'm pretty sure 99% of people in the server wants to play Palworld with Ellie. The 1% doesn't have the game yet. And the other 1% is also me, who wants to play my solo run first. Ellie, Lena has Palworld too, so you can collab with her for your solo Palworld. My problem with that is that Lena and I have so many collab ideas that we actually have to get to. Like, we have to get to other stuff. I don't think Palworld is a good idea when we have such a big list of other things. It'll work. The icing might be a little hard, but you can just sew through that with a good bread. By the way, when is your birthday? It's the 10th of July, but I'm probably gonna celebrate it on the 11th and 12th. I'm saying probably because I might move it like another week so I can do a celebration with like IRL. No, wait. It would be 13th and 14th, but I still don't know. I still don't know because I don't know. I don't know. I gotta really plan. Oh no, I'm looking at June. Where's July? July. Okay, so it is 11 and 12. So, you know, I don't know. I have to make some decisions. You look up the price of your desired cake. I don't know it. It's complicated to do that. It's complicated to do that. Plus, I'm normally a bake your own cake kind of girly in my birthday. Buy a pair of handcuffs, cuff yourself to Lelina. You can't use the key until you do all of the most important collabs. Yeah, the list is big. There's a Lena collab backlog. The face when your backlog has a backlog. We do have a backlog. We actually have a fucking backlog of Lena collabs. I swear to God. I baked holidays from 7 to 20 of July for your birthday. What? You know there's gonna be like one endurance stream, right? One. You don't need to... It's gonna be one endurance stream. At least backlog list looks like my downloads folder. New folder 2, new folder 3, new folder 4. It's a pinned comment in our Discord chat. I honestly wouldn't mind you bumping it back simply because I have a very important letter to write for someone who's leaving that week on top of wanting to write you a proper birthday letter. I still haven't decided. I'll figure out what I want to do with my real life celebration because I didn't celebrate last year and I don't want to make it a habit. I skipped 1 year. I don't want to skip more. I'm kind of scared of, like, the logistics are, like, inconveniencing people. But, I think you can figure something out. If you move the day a lot, how am I supposed to predict where it's going to be? That's why I had to choose 7 to 20. I'm sorry. What if it gets postponed or you do it earlier? I should take vacation, stay here too. No! Stop! Every time Ellie mentions a collab with Lena, sorry Ellie, I have a headache. It is kind of hard to work around our schedules. That's a reality. And also Lena does have some, like, more propensity to headaches. But, you know, at this point, I'm just hoping that Lena will play Little Nightmares 1 and 2 so we can play Little Nightmares 3 together. That's like my most important collab that I want to happen. But is it gonna happen? Probably not. It's your birthday, it's about you. I think I'll make it work. On September, I forgot what you had, but I chose holidays too from 8 to 21. I have my anniversary. I am quite excited for Little Nightmares 3. I am quite excited. The problem is I need to find, like... I need to decide what I want to do as a collab thing. Because Lena has not played them. Pretty sure Yomi hasn't played them either. I don't know. This would be a fantastic moment for Mao, who a lot of you don't know. For Mao to come back from retirement. Because he has played Little Nightmares 1 and 2. So this would be a fantastic year for Mao to be like, hey, I'm coming back as a VTuber. And I would be like, Mao, you are just in time. Little Nightmares 3, I'm not asking. That would be great. But Mao has been in retirement, so. Mao, if you guys don't remember, because he kind of entered his hiatus a long time ago. He was a demon VTuber that we did plenty of collabs. Some of my best fucking collabs, to be honest. Like, I will never forget I will never forget our time playing Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I never thought someone could have that bad reading comprehension. I never thought someone could be that bad at reading. But someone can. Someone can, indeed. Not sure if that's good or bad. I personally thought Little Nightmares 2 looks bad, and then it turned out to be absolutely amazing. Yeah, sometimes it's better to not have, like, expectations and be surprised regardless. You? No! Mao had bad reading comprehension. I knew how to, I was always good at all of my collabs of Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I can say that with full confidence. I can say that with full confidence. Lena's not the only VTuber in the world, by the way. You can ask anyone else. Yeah, I have a couple of months to meet new people and establish friendships. Because the thing is that I don't feel comfortable collabing unless I know that I have, like, good chemistry with the other person. So I would have to meet people who I know would be willing to play with me and, like, become friends. So Yumi might be able to collab with you easier than Lena. I don't know if she has played them. The demo I got to play on PureCon was only like 30 minutes, maybe even 15, so I barely got to see anything, but it looks nice. Oh, you played a demo! Oh yeah, the collabs were amazing. Yeah, the collabs were amazing. Lena or Yumi would be pretty good for the vibe of the game, in my opinion. I think so too. But Lena has not played them, and I'm not sure Yumi has. My ban on September, my holidays are from 1 to 15. That should be fine. I still haven't checked the calendar, but that should be fine. They just have that type of personality type that makes me think, yeah, Little Nightmares is the right game for them. Yeah, and I think so too, especially because, like, we're already friends and we already like hanging out. But is I don't know if Yumi has played it, and Lena hasn't. I meant you were taken aback. I was taken aback. Yeah, you have good chemistry with Lena. Have you forgotten the fact that in one of our collabs we just sat here for 5 minutes listing vegetables? You cannot do that unless you have good chemistry with someone. You just can't. You heard her. You need to set up a play date. Nah, I don't need a play date. I need to, like, actually get on it myself. How did you think I know how the game looks like, and why did I post a photo of the game on Discord? I thought you were following the development, like when people follow, like, the devlogs and stuff like that. I don't know if Little Nightmares has a devlog, but I personally followed games before by devlog. Personally. In these collabs, one person was, like, completely in charge and the other one was struggling baby on the floor. But it wasn't said who was what. It depended on the game. Absolutely. It did depend on the game. It did. I feel like I was mostly the person who actually knew what she was doing. But my memory might be failing me. Sure sounds like you haven't asked Yumi. No, I haven't. I know for a fact that Lena hasn't played them. But I haven't asked Yumi yet. Get only another girl failure to collab. If her bar is Lena level, you can even ask Mavia. I have actually talked to Mavia before. But I know that Mavia is, like, super busy right now with her real life. I'll talk to Gura. That would be crazy considering she's not existent anymore. That would be crazy considering she's back in Atlantis, you know? Considering she's that would be wild. That would be wild of you. Anyways, I think we've been speaking for like half an hour, so I think we're gonna go. She's sleeping with a fish. Yeah, in Atlantis. She's sleeping with the fish back in Atlantis. My favorite moment was probably on that cleaning game collab. I really loved that collab, but if anyone wanted to watch that collab, they really should watch it on Mao's channel, because I distinctly remember in that collab, my microphone got disconfigured, and it was like the most as quality sound that I've ever had on this channel. I remember trying to watch the VOD and not making it through because the microphone was peaking constantly, and I hated that. But I think Mao's channel had the collab with a decent sound quality. Call this new girl named Saba. Yeah, I've seen her around. I'm definitely already following. Do you need contacts, or do you have people to ask if they can be your friends for collabs? I mean, well, that's not exactly how it works for me personally. I don't like talk to people and go like, hey, do you want to be friends? But like, I have my way of approaching someone to see if we will vibe, because that's another thing. Like, sometimes you'll approach someone because you think that you will vibe, but the vibe is not gonna quite be there, and that's, you know, that's life. It happens. You just said you need to know them before. Well, what I mean when I need to know them before, it's like, I would not go to someone and be like, hey, I would like to collab with you, without first knowing them and having talked off screen. The only ways where I've done collabs like that without having like off-stream conversations has been massive collabs. Like any collabs where it's like more than 5 or 6 people, that's like more, yeah, I'm not gonna meet every single person. But if it's gonna be like a one-on-one, I try to make sure that the vibes are gonna be there. I try to make sure that we'll be able to talk first before anything gets arranged. Like, just off-stream conversation. Do we vibe? Do we both feel comfortable? Do we both match energies? Does it feel like we could make good content? That sounds almost like courting someone, but for friendship. Friendship is just another type of relationship. I think people sometimes don't think of relationships as a whole. They think of the word relationship and they think romantic, but like every relationship entails sort of the same things. You were asking for a bucket on the top floor and we're sighing like a stereotypical disappointed mother as Mao was struggling and failing to bring a bucket to the top floor without making a mess. I remember that. It was so fun, bro. It was so fun. That's what I mean. You need to ask, hey, can we try to be friendly off stream? And if it goes well, we collab. Is that not what you mean? And normally that's kind of how I approach it. Normally how I approach it is like, I'd like to like vibe, like have a chat. We can play a game. We can just talk. But like, I would like to hang out on Discord if that was okay. But this has always been people approaching me personally, not me ever approaching someone. Me approaching someone is something where I have to grow the balls to do it. And if you know me, I'm a ball of anxiety. The standard isn't 3 hours, a liar. It isn't. It isn't. Do I multi-stream and interact with the VTubers that inevitably raid into you? I've mentioned this before. I think eventually I will be multi-streaming into Twitch. I just need to figure out a way to make it very clear that YouTube is my main platform and YouTube is my priority. And I'm not gonna add Twitch redeems. You know, like, once I figure out how I want to make that clear, I would be alright with that. I slept for like an hour. What did I miss? We finished the whole tier list. If I had good internet and was a VTuber, I would totally go around Twitter commenting on VTuber artists. Hey, wanna play Gartic? Ooh, you have the balls. You have the balls. Rancor, sounds like you have the ball. Then I have the one singular ball and it's made out of anxiety. Sadly. My schedule would be 1 Gartic collab per week. That's crazy. You have a lot of extrovert energy, Leo. Isn't that good? If you're a ball of anxiety, you already have the balls required to ask someone to be your friends. Very different energies. The balls that I need and the ball of anxiety, very different energy. Most Twitch streamers do not have redeems. Just do it instead of thinking about it. I have to think about how to make it clear that YouTube is my main platform. I just have to. Because a lot of people on Twitch do not like the idea of coming on YouTube. They don't like the idea of watching YouTube. And I want to make it clear that, like, my home is YouTube. My priority is YouTube. Why am I the one getting asked to set up a blind date? I don't know. I don't know, Crumpets. I have no idea. It's not necessary. I promise. No, you do not. You just need to do. Thinking doesn't achieve anything. I need to think it. You will be thinking about it for 5 years. Maybe. Maybe. What about multi-streamers? What about multi-streamers? One day I will be one, I think, eventually. So, I'm gonna go now. For real, for real, for real. It's been like 10 minutes since I said that last time. Holy shit. So I'm gonna go now for real. And I will be back here tomorrow for blueprints. I gotta ink some more of the journal so that you guys can see it grow week by week. Probably just don't ignore Twitch chatters unless it gets too much somehow. That's my fear, that it would get too much. You know? Anyways. Goodbye. I'm gonna go now. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you didn't hate me for any of my hot takes. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And that you sleep very well. And don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to drink plenty of water. Try to eat nutritiously and try to sleep 7 to 9 hours. And most important of all, be kind to yourself and to others. Okay? Take care, my Stay Shifters. Bye-bye.